Hey, welcome at the DronEvents International Challengers Cup. We're about to go insane with this track. We got a really big track. We got 24 of the fastest pilots in the world. And we're gonna show you some awesome stuff. We got some inflatables by droneshop.nl. We got LED gates. We got LED cones by Red Bee. It's insane. We've seen some really good rounds already from some of the best pilots. So we'll see what's gonna happen today. I hope you enjoy it. We're gonna watch it in a double heat elimination. And we're gonna go to our moderators to go to the first race, so enjoy.
Hi and welcome to the first race of today. We are going to start out with Drone D, FPV, and Starlight and Rotor Junkie. They're currently setting up and they're about to start in like a few minutes, probably less than a minute maybe.
Alright, and we're immediately starting off with the fastest pilot in qualifying. His name is Drone D. And he was the only one who managed to get under 2 minutes time of qualifying. That's his view you see right now on your screen.
Here we have Starlight's view.
Everyone is getting ready, testing their quads one last time before it is go time. The format for today is a build-up of a double elimination, which goes by using 2 races for every bracket. So everyone races 2 times right after each other, and you get points for the place where you end up with. First one, 3 points, second gets 2 points, and third gets 1 point. Right now there isn't a 4th pilot, but he will get 0 points. And they are ready to go.
Here the announcer here locally that we're about to start. I think we have about 10 seconds. Here we go. We got a really awesome track, by the way.
Pilots are armed.
And here we go. We're off to the start and finish line here. We have to go underneath it and over it, basically, and then here with reverse.
Dennis immediately taking first place, but as we can see, he's still cruising. It's a pretty safe position, and this isn't the time to break something.
That was the awesome obstacle course there with the party tent. Here we have the Red Bee gates and onto the corkscrew. Oh, that's a little early there.
And he takes them beautifully.
Here we have Drone D's point of view. Second Red Bee gates over here. You have to go over this balcony and then underneath it and then back to the starting line.
There was a lap time of 51 seconds. The current record is at 40 seconds.
No, I flew 39.
Niklas Jung apparently got a faster one in his last qualifier of 39 seconds.
I believe we actually are missing one racer at the moment. We seem to have lost Rotor Junkie, but we still have Drone D and Starlight. Currently, Drone is in the lead.
But Starlight is pretty safe because Rotor Junkie did not start, so he will go on to the next round.
You see Starlight over the party tent and underneath it, and onto the straight. And around this.
Right into the LED part.
Yeah. Seems to be a little bit hesitating there with the corkscrew. Only managed to gain in on Drone. That's the question. Drone is actually right behind him by the looks of it.
Drone D actually managed to cut up in only 3 laps. And that's the finish for Drone D. He's giving us a little show right in front of the commentator booth.
Here Starlight is going to finish his lap. I don't think he's really pushing it right now through the roundabout. I think he's just taking his time. He knows that the race is over. and he is still in second place. So he has not much to lose. He is basically just cruising right now. He has to finish a lap though to get a time. There he goes through the corkscrews. Oh, he just hit, I think, part of the corkscrew, but he managed to recover. He's going back in.
This is one of the most nicer things about this track. It consists of two different parts. One is the LED part, and the other part is the technical course.
Here he comes over the balcony and underneath, and right up to the finish.
And that's the finish for Starlight.
And I believe he took a rough landing there at the end, but he managed to at least finish the race. That's great. I think we're going to the next.
Okay, we did saw the first heat. It was a good heat. We saw Drone D do some rounds of 41 seconds, which is amazing. We're just warming up. We're in a double knockout phase right now, so we got the first 8 heats, and best 2 pilots after the second run are going to go through to the next round. We got a pilot here, Vince Irie. Maybe he wants to talk to us. So hey Vince, welcome at the event. How do you like it so far?
What's up, Tim? It's great being here. The event is awesome. The track is off the chain. It's so big. I mean, Drone just did some fast laps. Those were 40-second laps. That is just to show you how big the track really is.
Yeah, because Drone D is a really quick guy, so you can imagine how long this track is. It's 470 meters. Do you guys have any problems with it?
No, it's great actually. I was thinking before doing the track, like, am I going to remember the whole track because it's so big? But I haven't had any problem. It's just going flawlessly, and yeah, like we just saw, Drone D was really cooking. So 40-second fast lap. So if you're going slow, it's easy, more than a minute. So
okay, well that's cool. So what do you expect of your heat? Because you're up in 2 heats, I think.
yeah, I'm in the third heat against Mano and Witte, which are both good pilots, so it's gonna be a battle like always. But I like the setup that we get 2 chances, so it's double elimination, and we get to fly the same heat twice. So that'll calm the nerves down a bit, and I hope I perform as well as I did in the qualifiers. So
Yeah, we hope so as well. So thank you. We're gonna check out the track in a minute. We got some really cool LED cones. So if you look at them, it's sponsored by Red Bee. We got them in the straight lines, and then
Nice online.
yeah, we'll just next heat just watch for them because they're amazing. So we're gonna switch out to the moderators right now because the next race is starting. So good luck.
And here we are, the second race. We got Ogai exit. Oh, we got another drone.
Yeah, we're running every race 2 times, and that's
right.
how we are going to do the points. So now Drone D earned 3 points, and Starlight earned 2 points, while Rotor Junkie got a 0 points for a DNF.
I believe he's still not in the race this time. I think there might be something wrong with his drone. The drone almost hit something there. He's still in the lead. Starlight is very far behind on Drone right now. Drone is really fast. And onto the straight here.
And right into our LED part. First off is a corkscrew.
He takes it really beautifully, by the way. And into the reverse split S.
And now one of the harder parts, corkscrew over the balcony. Takes it beautifully.
Your Starlight, who is about halfway down the track, I think, compared to Drone. Making it easy. Drone is really speeding across the track. Into the corkscrew again.
Beautiful image from our cameras on the course. We are also for the first time featuring a minimap where you can live track the position of the pilot.
Currently we have Drone going through the roundabout where you have to go on the top side first and then on the lower side over the party tent underneath it. before he goes into the last few corners, before the straight, where he can pick up a lot of speed.
He's already on his last lap, going into the last part, the LED track with a corkscrew. Takes it very nice this time, super smooth. And this will make for a perfect run for Drone D, which means he will get 6 points.
And we're Starlight. Going through the roundabout right now.
Also on his last lap, taking it safe. He's already going to the next round.
How many points do people get for reaching second place?
So first place you get 3 points, second place 2 points, third place 1 point, and fourth place you do not get any points. And they count them together of the 2 races you do. So Drone D now has 6 points, which is the absolute maximum, and Starlight has 4 points.
Unfortunately for Rotor Junkie, he has no points because he was not able to complete a race.
And that's a finish for Starlight.
That was a great race. Fortunately, Rotor Junkie was not in there. I would have loved to see a 3-way battle here. Drone was absolutely mental in his speed. That was really
so
great.
we're back. This was an amazing race. Yeah, this was a great race. We just watched Drone D for the second heat, so they did 2 heats after each other. First heat, they're gonna check the results. Second heat, they're gonna check the results. And the pilot who finishes both heats with the most points goes through to the next round. So the next round is gonna be Starlight and Drone D FPV, which is amazing. 2 great pilots. We'll see them more. So hopefully you've seen the track. We've got some amazing inflatable air gates by Droneshop.nl, and these things are just crazy. And we got a first pilot coming here. Hey, welcome Drone D. How did you like it?
Yes, I like it.
You did a great run. You had some good times and you're through to the next round. So what do you think of the track?
Yes, it's amazing. The track is very good. A lot of cool elements, and I like it. It's big, but that makes it fun.
So do you have a special tactic for the coming heats to stay on top of the other two? Just go faster, start quicker, or whatever.
Yeah, I think I need a quick start. That's helping to get me in front of all the guys, and then just finish it. Like the consistency is the game in this one.
Okay, so is there any parts that you think are difficult, or any parts that you think like, ooh, I need to watch that?
Yeah, I think when we go to the next, the other room, through the doors, that's quite a small gap. So yeah, that's difficult, but it's fun.
Well, thank you. So we got some great. You can go. Yes. We got some great reception with the True D receivers from Furious FPV, so we can fly in the second hall as well. And we have a next pilot here, which is Starlight, a local pilot. Hi.
Hey, hello.
How did you do?
Yeah, great actually. Yeah.
I saw you finished the top 2, so that means you're through to the next round.
Yeah, I'm very glad with that. Yeah. It was nice to have some extra stick time and just to check if all the drones work correctly.
Do you have any broken drones yet, or?
Yes, one is totaled. Yeah.
So what, did you hit something, or?
I crashed into a dumpster and my lipo got punctured, so it's just caught on fire. And the second time I hit the roof and it came crashing down like 10 meters.
Oh yeah. This is drone racing. You know, you hit something, you get some good explosions, good fire. Sometimes this is a nice sport.
It's a part of the game.
It's part of the game. So you're a local pilot. Have you flown a lot at local competitions?
No, not really many local competitions. Just the Dutch Nationals, which was amazing.
So we have the Dutch Nationals. Thank you, and we'll see you at the Dutch Nationals, and we'll see you today in the next round.
Yes.
Yeah. So enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
So that was great. Yeah, we like we said, some pilots have some difficulty in switching to the rooms from dark to light. But when we got receivers like we have from Furious FPV with the dockings, it's just amazing. We don't have a lot of problems with reception. We also have, like you see, multiple overlays from Casting Crew, which does a great job with the overlays. Oh, and here we have Carbon V, who just moderated the race. How did you like the race?
Hello guys, it was great racing. Drone D once again showing what he can do. Still has the fastest time of the day, still has the best qualifying time. And we'll see him in the next round.
So you're also an MRP pilot. Do you have anything to tell us about MRP? What is MRP?
So MRP is a shop from the Netherlands. They ship to Europe and worldwide, super fast. They have great prices actually, and they just run everything. So I myself run a stamina frame, and Foxy Predator cameras. You can get all of that stuff right at MRP.
Yeah, MRP is a sponsor of our event as well, so the pilots will be going home with an AR wing and some multiple stack. What kind of FCs did they sponsor?
So MRP provided us with the stacks of a Hobbywing ESC and FC. The 45 M6S edition, which is a new one, just recently released. It's a very nice price.
So great. We'll see you as well in racing. Do you know which heat you are?
I'm in the 4th heat actually.
Okay. So you're looking forward to it?
Very much, yes. I like racing this track.
Okay, cool. Well, then good luck, and we'll have a look at the track later on. Maybe we can get an overlay from upstairs, because we've got a follow cam to show us like how amazing this track looks.
We have some issues with the first transmitter of the video feed. I think they're currently working on it right now, so we have to wait a little bit until the next race starts.
So for our next heat, the pilots are O-Guy, which actually surprises because he only qualified in his very last chance. Did great there, and he's ready for the brackets. Next up is Exit, also known as Sean. He's always this pilot that manages to surprise us. He doesn't fly that often, but when he's here, he's here to fly for serious. And our last one is Fokke FPV. He's been flying consistently the whole weekend, so let's see what he can do in the finals.
Seems that we have a countdown right now. I think they fixed the camera issues, transmitter issues for the drone guy. I think, sorry, for O-Guy.
Oh, and they're off for the races.
Here we go. We have a good start. 3 races right now.
O-Guy loses video. Oh, but he managed to recover.
Seems to be some still a little bit of issues with the video feed. Hopefully he will be able to finish the race. Right now we're seeing O-Guy in the roundabout, over the party tent and under it. And I believe he's actually just behind. Maybe he's in first place. I think he's actually first place. It seems so.
And they're both going into the LED part. Now followed by Sean.
Here we have the corkscrew. You are a racer. How would you experience when a camera acts up like this? Do you actually see this, or?
This is of course a little worse that we're seeing than we get in our goggles. In our goggles the video is a little bit stronger, but you just have to kind of imagine in front what is going on. So you actually have to look at the future a little bit and just plan ahead for your moves and hope for the best.
See, and so unfortunately we had just lost O-Guy. I think his video feed is acting up a little bit too much. He just crashed somewhere near the beginning of the race, not somewhere at the start of the track.
So that is our Exit and Fokke. Exit is still going for it. Fokke is just showing how consistency can get you through the brackets.
Here we have the second red beam LEDs, where Fokke goes through and he's in his last lap, I believe. Going through that start-finish line. Split S, the reverse split S, into the roundabout.
Exit's almost done with the track. This is the very last part, just has to make the corkscrew and then he'll get the 3 points for first place. And that's it for Exit. He goes on to the next round. And now watching Fokke busy with his last lap.
Going on to the straight and see how much speed he can get here.
Oh, I stand corrected. Exit has only now just started his last lap, while Fokke is on his second. With the big track we have to get a lot of racing action. This, however, makes it a very difficult task for our batteries. Guys like DronD come down with a voltage of 3 volt per cell, which is already damaging a battery and getting a little bit dangerous. But that's what it takes to be on the first place.
Exit is currently going through the last part of the LEDs. over the balcony and under it onto the finish line here. And he's landing his drone, I believe, by the looks of it. Fokke is currently still in the race. As he's doing a victory lap. Now he still has to finish this lap right now, over the 10th, underneath it.
Exit finished and he looks very happy. I can see him from here doing a little victory dance.
Fokke is being really careful right now. I don't think he wants to take any chances. He's actually missing the corkscrew here just to make sure he can still fly. It's better to be safe than sorry, of course.
He's already in it for 2 points.
Exactly. So he has nothing. He has nothing to lose right now from this heat. He still has to go next round though, and maybe we can get. Oh, guy back.
He goes down.
And he went down just now.
He lands right on the balcony.
Can he recover though?
He's trying to get back up. Oh, there he goes. He's planning to finish this race, and he takes it 2 points home.
Great job on the recovery there. Really nice race.
Oh, wow.
Applause in the public.
Wow, that was amazing. We saw a crash. We went crazy. Yeah, we really went. It was a good race. We had Exit and Fokke FPV actually ended up in first and second place. So yeah, it was nice. Hey, and we got Shaggy here. Hey, welcome Shaggy. Welcome back.
Thanks.
So you just returned from an awesome race, I heard.
Yes, so from Saudi Arabia, from the World Championships of DRL, which was amazing. But I was back in time just to make it here, which is also awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice to have you here because you're a local pilot as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm originally from Groningen, so yeah, it's my home place.
Yeah, you're also a team pilot for quadcopters and so.
Exactly.
It's a local web shop. What do you fly from quadcopters and so?
What do I? Sorry.
What kind of gear do you fly?
Oh, I have the Epiquad gear, the frames. I fly the Emax motors from his shop. Basically, all the other electronics that I use are from there. So yeah.
So what do you think of our track that we built here?
It's really cool because I helped you design it. So I cannot say anything negative about it.
It's a great track.
It's an amazing location. So 2 halls and the doors going through and with the dark and light. So yeah, we made it work for sure.
Yeah, we have a lot of nice elements in there with a LED track, and we got the LED cones from Red Bee, and we have the inflatables from DroneshopNL. What do you think of the inflatables? Is it a good obstacle?
Yeah, it's very good. It's the rest of the gates are very small, the LED gates, so that's technical. Then you have a bit of open part with the large inflatable gates. So that's good to have some technical and some high speed. And it looks really cool as well. They don't break, they keep standing, so it's perfect. Yeah.
So you're flying as well during this contest. What heat are you in?
I'm in heat number 6.
So that's coming up. So we're gonna hope that you're gonna do well.
I'm gonna try. I'm using gear from all kinds of different people because I didn't bring any. So we'll see what I can do.
Well, we expect a lot of you. So good luck.
Thanks.
So yeah, that was great. Have Shaggy here. He just rushed back for it. And we have a next pilot standing here, also from Team Quadcopters and so. Hey Niels, welcome.
Hi Tim, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Like I'm having a good time up here in this event. Qualified 6th or 7th, which is pretty good at the moment. There are lots of good pilots, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Looking forward to the knockouts.
Yeah, we're in the knockouts right now. We got the first 2 rounds done. What do you have a special tactic for the knockout?
At the beginning, I'm trying to be like a bit more smooth, so don't go full throttle. Feel what the other guys do, and then let's see. We need to push it a little bit more, but I think we will be fine in the first knockout to take it a bit slower.
Yeah, because we just saw guy just go for it and crash, what basically means that a pilot that isn't necessarily lesser, but doesn't have as much confidence in racing, actually passes him in the points. So what's the best way to go at that if you go down?
Exactly, yeah. The tactics on knockout is more like being consistent than being the fastest guy, especially in the beginning of the knockouts. And you will see that during the knockout phase, the guys need to go faster because they have to fight against like faster pilots. So you will see that at the end of the event, the pilots go faster than in the qualifications.
Okay, so you're really doing really well as well at the Dutch Nationals because you're very high up in the ranking, as well as the others from Team Quadcopters and so. Will you be joining the finals from the Dutch Nationals this year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I missed it last year, sadly, but this year I'm going to go to the finals and let's see if I can win it.
Well, we hope so, and we're gonna see you in which heat are you in?
I'm in heat 6, so a couple of heats to go, but I will be there.
So you're in the heat with Shaggy, which is gonna be a nice battle for you guys then.
Oh yeah, we have Shaggy and Thomas FPV, both really good pilots, so it will be a nice battle already.
Okay, well, we'll definitely watch that one. So good luck. We're gonna switch to the moderators, and we're gonna go watch the race.
Here we go for the second round of the second heat.
The question is, can Ogai keep it in the air? In qualification he showed that he is the fastest.
I really
now
hope it does go well for him. Oh, and he goes
straight up into the ceiling. Something's wrong with his quad.
Might be too damaged, unfortunately.
They are landing and are going to rerun this. Someone else hits the ceiling.
This is what they talked about. They have decided that if you crash right where the actual start line, which is the first, we are going to do a rerun. If you are going through the first, or if you haven't gone through the first gate, which is the start finish, that's the actual start finish, then we will reset the round and we're going to do a rerun. Hopefully this will be in favor of Ogai. I really do hope so. He seems to struggle with the current race, unfortunately. He's taking it back. I believe he's going to fix maybe the rotor. Seems so. Hopefully he can fix it.
Alright guys, I've just pulled up the live stream chat. Timothy, the live map is done via Lifetime app. It was made possible by the DronEvents guy. Be sure to like that Facebook page for more of these streams.
Right now, Ogai is shaking his drone. It seems it's not entirely fixed yet. He's rushing through the basically the pit stop of the drones. We're waiting for that to get fixed. Alright, so here's on the right you see the first gate. That is the start-finish line. So it's not actually the balcony where they start. They start underneath the balcony. Get a few shots here of the track. This is the starting area. This is actually the first hall. These are the two halls where the corkscrew is in. That is where the second hall is. So here we have the corkscrew.
A little really nice track.
And here we have the last bit where it's a starting line, basically of where the drones actually launch from. You know, first over and underneath that balcony. And here we have the corners right before the straight. This part seems to be really fast. And then we have the cool red B LED gates, which is really awesome to see. It's the very first corner, I believe, if taken correctly.
It's on a very, very nice track. It's a big one, full heat stick mode.
I think we may lose Ogai. I'm not entirely sure. He does seem to be in the finish line, or the starting line right now.
They're all getting ready. Ogai is ready, exit is ready. We are still waiting for Fokke. Only two people seem to be racing.
Currently checking, do a spin check. It seems that we only have two races right now. We got Ogai and Exit. Now let's see if Ogai can get some points this time.
Fokke is not racing this time. He has apparently damaged his copter on the last run.
Here we go, the countdown starts.
Ogai still needs to prove himself. Sean just needs to get the 2 points.
Here we go. Here comes the starting sound. Let's see, Ogai. He's taking it slow. Whoa, but he's going pretty fast right now. Pretty fast pickup there. Seems he is back into the race.
Both pilots are actually neck and neck right now.
Both in the roundabout right now.
Seeing really nice racing. You can even see the other guys on the picture. They're really neck and neck. Ogai wants to take this. Sean just wants to beat Ogai. Ogai has to recorrect for the corkscrew.
They're so close. They're really close to each other. With exit a little bit in front. He just crashed. Did he just crash? I believe he did.
So that's it for Ogai. If he can finish this, he takes the 2 points. Exit already has 3 points, so that means that Ogai and Exit go on to the next round and we lose Fokker.
Unfortunately, I believe Fok is actually upside down, which makes it kind of hard to recover from that. But Ogai is still in the race. I hope he does finish this. He's really fast. To that beautiful red beak LED gate.
His teammates are allowed to talk to him, so they can now tell him to slow down and keep it safe, so he can get those 3 points.
It seems that he's actually doing exactly that. Oh, we've lost the gate there.
The gate was down because Exit hit it. He's on his last lap now. Taking it carefully, coming into the roundabout. This is a part where some people seem to make up very much time, but other people seem to lose a lot of time.
It seems to be a little bit tricky, I guess, for some racers.
Some people prefer a right-hand one. I myself prefer the left-hand one. Depends on how you run your transmitter.
Still has to go through that gate, unfortunately, which is not there.
It's right at the end right now. And that's the finish for Ogai.
Ogai
He takes the 3 points.
He managed to finish. That's great. So we'll be seeing him again.
So both Ogai and Exit will make it to the next round.
Currently, we have the new racers already queuing up, I believe. We got Jedi, FBV, we got Mono, and Witted.
This time Ogai stayed up and Fokker and XET went down. So it's going to be a close call with that one. We also have Walter here from Droneshop.nl. He's a team pilot. So what can you tell us about Droneshop.nl?
Well, it's a website where you can buy drone-related stuff. A lot of stuff we can use for racing, and of course also other drones they can film or just the toys, of course.
So we saw that you also race. So you're doing vlogs as well. So are you doing a vlog of today?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm always bringing my camera, so I'm making all kinds of stuff. Say something to the camera, in the camera, to the public on YouTube, and maybe next week, Monday or Tuesday, I will edit it and upload it to my channel.
And I see we also have a teammate of you ready here, so we're going to ask him some questions because he's a lot better this time. Yeah. So we're going to switch you guys out. Hey! How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I finished first.
Yeah, you finished first. We saw the first heat, you went down, but...
I was first position, but after the split S, just before the end of the first lap, I made a short mistake and I hit the ground, which launched me into the ceiling. And luckily there's double elimination, so I could do it again. Had to fix my quad, but it's all fixed with a tie rip, of course. And it went good.
Well, thank you, and I wish you luck on the next round, because I think you're through. Okay. When we have the next pilot as well, XIT, which also went down. Well, this time you went down.
Yeah, unfortunate, because at the first round I won, so there was no pressure on me anymore. So I just wanted to push a little bit more, and then it just made a small steering error, and I hit a gate, and I have to see what the damage actually is, but I don't really mind.
Yeah, because we also seen you a lot today because you helped Deborah out with drone art to set up this stuff. So can you tell us something about drone art maybe?
Yeah, so Deborah is the marketing official of Drone Art, and we've been like in real life friends for some time, and so I'll just help her out, and she showed me the brand and I was really keen on the pod, so I was like, well, let's check it out, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, and now you're already wearing the shirt, so that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
She put me in it, so I'll have to wear it on.
so later on we'll see you as a moderator as well, so thank you. We're gonna switch for the next race, so have fun and enjoy the next heat.
Here we go. We have the third race currently coming up with Jedi, FPV, Mano, and Witted. All racers are ready to go. I have lost my partner for right now. We are gonna get a replacement for him because Carbon, who was actually my co-moderator just now. Oh, we got almost crashed there. Oh, we got to smash into the starting line. I'm not sure if we're gonna start over. But it seems that all racers are still in the race, so that is good. They're really close to each other, all three of them. Into the roundabout, here we go. Almost a crash there between two. Up and over the party tents. Through the corner here.
So if you look at the statistics, Jedi should be the guy who could be owning this field, followed by Mano and with 3D. I mean, only if you look by the qualifying times. So it really depends on how they fly, because you've seen it on the last round. You know, everyone can crash, even the most favorite pilots. So it's all about consistency and speed and the combination.
And we come up to the balcony, white corner there. A little bit of a touch there. I think we just heard a crash. We have lost our third racer. Is he able to actually recover? He does recover. Let's see this battle here at the party tent.
Jedi is still in the lead by a couple of seconds. Mano's following quickly by.
I wonder if he'll actually cross here. We got one already in the corkscrew. That is a Jedi. Wonder if Witted just crashed again. Unfortunately, he's upside down
in the net, so he can't recover out of that.
That is unfortunate.
So that means it's between Jedi and Mano at the moment.
See Jedi's point of view.
Oh, quick notch on the gate, and again Mano going down. Can he recover? Yes, he can.
Mano wants to up the pressure there on Jedi. Jedi is still in the lead though, not feeling it, and he's just taking off. But Mano is still in the race.
Jedi's about to finish his third lap. But here's of it, Mano, his prop is a bit dent, so that means he'll be flying less efficient. Let's just hope he'll finish it.
Yeah, we actually have low battery here for Jedi, but he managed to finish the race and first place.
Mano's going into that last split S, last corner, and he's through.
Unfortunately, we've only lost Witted, but he still has another chance. Pilots are getting their drones right now.
You can see with 3D running, just checking out where his drone is at.
Seems to be looking up, so I'm guessing somewhere up on the fence there. I think he found it. There it is.
Can he get it by hand? Otherwise we'll have to get a crane.
He's struggling a little bit, but I think he will be able to get it. Hopefully, if not, someone can help him. That'd be nice. But this was a great race. It was really close to each other.
It was between Mano and Jedi, and the fun thing is that Jedi just needed to push, because if he wants to beat them all, he got to be going fast every race, because he needs to increase even those times and be consistent at that pace as well.
We're going over to Tim right now.
So, saw a great race there. They're gonna retrieve their quads and go for a second run, which is amazing to see. Like these pilots that are just going after and another lipo and another lipo. They've been racing since yesterday. Yesterday we had a training, an open training, where the pilots could just fly around, and then after that we started with the first qualification, which means the best 3 consecutive laps, which means the best 3 times next after one another count to be the point where you say, like, if we have an equal stand in the double elimination, the qualifying position counts as to decide which pilot goes through to the next round. So we're in the double elimination right now in the finals. We got 24 pilots, and these 24 pilots will be going head to head in each heat. After the heat they'll do it again, and during this second heat after that we'll apply points to them, which means like the guy with the most points goes through to the next round. The finals also will be double elimination, and that will be decided who gets the points for the IDRA Challengers Cup. But we got someone here right now from DroneArt. Hey, welcome.
Hey. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So could you tell us what you do for DroneArt?
Well, I'm sales manager from DroneArt, and I am their face. So, what would you like to know?
Well, I saw some really nice Aeons laying around. Can you tell me something about them?
Well, they're our latest line, and well, they're just out. So, they're ultra lightweighted frames, and
Well, I saw some awesome motors on them. Could you tell me something about the motors?
yes. Well, that's a unique design. It's a design of a biohazard motor. It's like especially for a freestyle frame, and yeah.
We see a lot of freestyle pilots here as well at these races, because they don't only race, but sometimes they just go to, playgrounds or just a forest to race around. Why do you think they should take a DroneArt drone to do that?
Well, they want to fly light, right? So if they want to, be the fastest, you should take a light frame.
Yeah, because if you have a light frame, it's really nice if you hit the ground or whatever. It breaks less because it's less weight, so the impact is less. So thank you very much for this. So, in a few seconds we'll go out to the second round of the same heat, and then we'll just switch to the commentators who will tell you everything about the race. So have fun.
Here we go. We are going in for the second heat, or the second round of the third heat between the Jedi. We're getting new race. Oh, we actually get.
Oh, yeah, the second round race.
Yeah, we're getting Jedi, Mano and Witted. There we go. They're off. Hopefully everyone can finish. They're so close already. They're literally going each other's tail here. Jedi is taking. Oh, he's actually second place right now. It's so hard to. They're going so fast. It's so hard to see who's actually in first place.
And Mano's going for it. This is something we haven't seen from him this competition yet. And I know for a fact that he's a really fast pilot. In the last half year he practiced so hard and he just got faster and faster. And now he's really catching up on Jedi. But there's just barely catching up with the guy.
It's a great speed there through the corkscrew from both races there. Fortunately we got Witted in the back, but I wonder if he can actually catch up. Mano going through that corner right now into the roundabout.
And also with 3D is trying to pick up speed, but it is not nearly enough to what the other guys are performing. So if we look at lap times, we see Jedi having a 48 seconds, Mano 50 with 3D 58. So that's a big difference.
It seems that Jedi is taking the lead here. Going very fast. He's actually, I think he's actually getting away from Mano.
Oh, Mano crashed into the flag. That is really unfortunate.
Will he be able to recover though? He is trying. But it seems he just went offline. That's unfortunate. Jedi is still in the race though, as well as with 3D.
And that's drone racing at its point, because now you see that with 3D actually managed to go further than Mano. So even though Mano was having way more pace, with 3D still managed to get more points than Mano. And they're both into the third round. Inzari is about to finish his third lap. With 3D is at the beginning of the lap.
Here comes the final part for Jedi, and he is over the finish
with a pace of 20 minutes and 20 seconds of 3 laps.
Which can take his time technically right now. I wonder if he will. Maybe he's just pushing himself, maybe to get some extra training off the track there. I think he's actually slowing down here on the corkscrew though.
Oh, he's trying, yeah, he's taking it safe. He's just landing because he knew what point he had.
Race is over.
People are collecting their quads. I'm really curious to see what was on the mind of Mano when he crashed, although he was in a better place.
So it was a great race. Unfortunately, we have lost Mano, but he did really well. He hit a flag, he said, because I missed that because they were going so fast. I'm trying to figure out which one.
In the behind section, he actually went on the balcony, and then he crashed on the second flag. And it's a really tight 180 because there's a black wall behind. And you can kind of see it, but not really good. So you really have to be close to the flags in order to make the turn proper.
I see. Yeah, that's a. I think if you want to like stay close to the flags, you have to like really get in there. And I guess he got in there a little bit too much.
Yeah, he was pushing it too hard.
Right now, I think we're waiting for the next people to go on a queue. I believe the racers will join us soon.
Yeah, I see the first pilot already coming in. And that is actually Mano.
Okay, so welcome back. We got the first pilots coming back from the track and we're going to ask them some questions. Hey, Mano, how did you do?
It went well until I crashed and we thought it was going up in smokes, in flames, but...
Did it almost go up in flames? Or?
No, it was the dust.
Oh, it was the dust, luckily for you.
It was like the Schiphol tunnel, so
yeah.
threw everything down for no reason.
So you did 2 heats, and how do you think you're through to the next round?
Yeah, I already knew I was through, so I was pushing it, and pushing it a little bit hard. So, yeah, you take some risk, you get some...
Do you like the track maybe to push it?
I love it, yeah.
What do you love? What aspects do you love of the track?
The roundabouts, but everybody loves to go in those round circles, and also the inverted split S, and it's actually what I by accident practiced this weekend. So
that's good. Yeah.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, we tried to bring a lot of freestyle moves into the track as well.
And the power loop, well, the semi power loop, how you call it, split S power loop thingy. It's awesome.
Okay, well, great to hear, and we'll see you down in the next heat. So good luck. And here we got with 3D. So how did you do?
Not that good. Second time when I was flying, I was still flying. Somebody has told me you gotta land. So now I gotta land. So I think I'm through, but I don't know for sure. So.
Okay, so that's really really nice to hear that you did pretty well. But we're gonna hope that you're through to the next round.
Yeah, me too, man.
What kind of gear do you fly?
Very heavy. The heaviest gear of all the pilots here, I think. It's our Merton Rooster. Yes, it's about 300 grams totally, so without a lipo. So, but it's very sturdy. It's all 3D printed, so I'm very happy with this frame.
Okay.
This.
Yeah, nice. Well, it's almost a freestyle quad, so the freestyle element should be good for you.
Yes. The track is great for my freestyle. Although only 3 laps max with the lipo. Yeah, and the other guys 4 or 5 laps. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a really long track, 470 meters. Do you think that's a bad point or a good point?
For the next time, I was not yesterday here, but for the next time we'll get bigger lipos, and there's no problem. We want to fly as much as we can, so if we don't go 4 laps or 5 laps, no problem. I will get the gear.
Okay, awesome. Then we'll try to get you even bigger track. So thank you and have good luck. I think you're through to the next round, so we'll see.
Thank you, man. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay, great. Hey, we got Vince here. Wow, Vince, how did you do, mate?
I did great, man. The runs, I was a bit shaky in the first run, and I could have gone faster, but I still finished first. And in the second run, I was really feeling it after a lap, and I was really cooking, so I finished first again. So it's through to the next round.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks.
So what do you think about the system that we're handling the double knockout?
I think it's very nice because you have less stress, but because you know you have 2 heats to fly back to back, and you've got more chances to continue to the next round. And it's always a pity after so much waiting and preparing and practicing that it all comes down to 1 heat, and now it all comes down to 2 heats.
So yesterday we had a day of practice. What did you try? Did you find out anything about the track during the practice yesterday?
I found out that this track was really good for me. For some reason, last weekend we had Dutch Nationals, and I was doing horrible, and I didn't practice all week, and I was coming here like, I'm not gonna do too great. But then flying the track really suits me. So I'm doing good. Like I said, qualify high, and now it's really showing. I hope I get to the finals and make it to the podium. That's my ambition.
Yeah, so you're also a pilot for Drone Shop. What kind of gear do you fly?
I fly an Ego Drift Evolution right now with Rebel motors, HDL RC, F440 stack, GemFat props, Foxeer camera, and Foxeer antenna, and I'm using the Crossfire, so that's my basic setup. And the batteries are Dynegy, and I get those at Drone Shop, and I'm also flying the Tramp HV by Immersion RC together with the Rapid Fire. Really makes a big difference when flying inside to have good video, to have like a rapid fire or a clear view to get rid of all those glitches.
So we have some Droneshop.nl gates as well. What do you think about air gates? Are they a good obstacle for drone racing?
I love them. They're great because when you hit them, you bounce off them. They don't fall all the time, so for the organization, it's pretty chill as well. And they're big. They're not too small. They're not too big. You go through it confidently. You're not like, oh, if I hit it, I'm gonna break my stuff. If I hit it, I'll just bounce back. So I love these gates.
Okay, well, great. Thank you. And we're gonna go through to the next heat. So yeah, look at the listen to the moderators and enjoy the next race.
Here we are with the next race. Carbon V, Puff Daddy FPV, and the Ghost Rider in their first round.
So Carbon V actually had the second best time on qualifier.
Here they go. Great start from Carbon V.
And he's gone. I mean, you can see his speed. Puff Daddy, he is second now. Followed by Ghost Rider.
I just got the message through that their names are wrong on the cameras. That's because the pilots are actually in the wrong seats. So it's not actually representative of who they are right now.
Oh, Carbon V. Now we see the name. It's being displayed proper. Puff Daddy, yeah, there we go.
To be fixed. Let's see who is in the first place here. I've kind of lost it. I think it
Carbon V is finishing his first round, 54 seconds.
Let's see, I think we've just got a crash. Carbon V is upside down. Can he recover? He is recovering. Unfortunately, he got himself stuck underneath the gate. Sorry,
it's
correction,
two
that's
people
not Carbon V.
being now Puff Daddy and Ghost Rider. Carbon V is still flying, but you can really see that he is flying at a lower pace now.
It seems that Puff Daddy is the one underneath the gate. It seems that we've got Ghost Rider trying to recover as well.
But he's not really managing. And we see Carbon V finishing his third lap. I mean, even though his pace is pretty fast, it's a lot less faster than what he did on the first race.
I think he knows that the other two are out, maybe.
Oh yeah, they do. And that's all part of the game. Because if you're pushing on moments you're not supposed to push, those are the moments that you will regret in the end.
That is true. It would be unfortunate if none of these races would actually finish this current round.
Exactly. So we all have teammates and other coaches just coaching the pilots at all times, telling them what position they are, should I push more or less, and in that way it's a really dynamic game.
Here we have a Carbon V with the finish, and the pilots need to get their drones back.
So that means that 2 points will be awarded to Carbon V, 1 to Puff Daddy, and Ghost Rider leaves with none.
Right now we're getting a shot here. Up the track, starting line again. Unfortunately, we have lost two pilots. One is back on his way to the starting line.
And it's a shame because you see that they were doing pretty good.
Yeah, they were really fast, all three of them.
Yeah, they were doing pretty good.
And we're gonna go over to Tim right now.
So, I just finished the race. It was a great race again, and we're gonna go here with Luke from Casting Crew. Hey, Luke.
So good to see you. Hey, guys.
Yeah, nice to see you. These guys actually make this live stream possible. Luke is the guy that's actually screaming to everybody to be on their places on time and switch everything.
Yeah.
How do you guys like this product?
Oh, it's so much fun. It's been a heck of a ride. It's been really hard work, but it's so much fun to do. Such great people. And I've really became a fan of drone racing myself in the past week when we've been preparing this. So yeah, it's been so much fun. Really a lot of energy. But to see it all come together has been a great experience so far.
Yeah, we had you at the Open North Dutch Jam just for the first time. You actually visited, you dipped it in there with drone racing.
Yeah.
So what has changed? What have you guys improved from last time?
We have way much more cameras now. We have our commentators. We have more camera people manning all the cameras. You have improved so much as a person. Personal growth has been amazing.
Oh my God, so much flattering here. That's great.
Yeah, and I'd say in general that the first time really was a learning experience for all of us. And we got a lot of feedback from within the team and from other people as well. And I think we really managed to incorporate that into the broadcast today.
Yeah, because one of our goals, as well as DronEvents and as well as Carnival, is to improve the sport and bring it into a way to bring it to the audience, so that you guys can follow what is racing, how does it work, what is the map, what does the mini map work. What do you think can improve more?
I don't know. We should evaluate at the end, I guess. I'm sort of still in the middle of it. But yeah, it's been so much fun. Bigger's always better, so I could do more cameras.
Yeah, so maybe outside.
Yeah, well, that would be really fun. I thought it might be fun because we have our camera person Wim over there, and I could talk to him via de porto. Hey Wim, kun je voor ons eventjes langzaam de track in beeld brengen? So I've just asked Wim to show us around the track. If Stijn could show us some footage.
Oh, here we are. Hey Wim, hey, hi. That's great.
Kun je bij het begin van de track beginnen en hem heel langzaam aflopen? Dan praten we een beetje erover. Even bij de piloten beginnen.
Okay, so Wim is gonna take us through the track. We got some great elements here. You see a DronShop.nl inflatable, which is awesome. They got some lights in there, especially for us for this track, with our LED tracks and our LED cones. This is the first gate. They're gonna go through, corkscrew around, go through the top gate, dive through the bottom, and go to the next lighted DronShop.nl gate, which they're gonna go through at the bottom, go up through at the top, and then go around that beach flag. And oh, I heard we're already going to switch, so we're gonna go further from here, and we're gonna switch to the moderators.
Here we are with the second round for Heat 4. With Puff Daddy, FPV, we got Carbon V and Ghost Rider.
So they're now in the second race.
Here's the starting line.
And for Carbon V, it doesn't really matter in what position he's in. He's gonna go through anyway.
That is true. And here they go. They're off. Let's see. Team of Carbon seems to be taking the first place here already.
Now we see Puff Daddy press a little bit. And Carbon V just having his insane pace as he always has.
Zo, weet jij...
Here we got Puff Daddy, I think. No, sorry, Ghost Rider. I think he's a little... We got a little bit of a hesitation there. Carbon V going through that beautiful corkscrew and around the flag. Puff Daddy going into, I believe he was near the exit. It was a little dark to see. Which is actually really cool to see that you have these LEDs which illuminate the way a little bit. Carbon V going into the roundabout. Carbon V seems to get the best time there. Puff Daddy gets second best time.
But Carbon V actually crashed.
Oh,
and he's stuck.
I believe he's stuck on the cables.
And he's really trying it. But
trying.
he's not coming out of it. And that sucks because even though Puff Daddy and Ghost Rider were not as fast.
We've got a crash there from Ghost Rider.
But it looks like Carbon V is actually back on the air as well, and he crashed again. So now we're looking at Puff Daddy is few.
And oh, they Puff Daddy just landed. It seems that the race is over. I think they're gonna check how far they got in order to determine who gets the most points. And they do this because I think we're running a little bit behind on time, and they want to get as many races done.
So you see the crash drone. By the looks of it is Ghost Rider. That's his view.
It seemed like he made a nasty fall. I think we just lost Puff Daddy as well. Was I think flying home. It was a great race. Unfortunately, we got a little bit too many crashes. They were both actually on the balcony, I believe.
And that is like one of the most hardest parts of the race, because you have to line up really good to go through the doors, which is a really small gap, and then afterwards you have to do that insane split S, but you almost hitting the roof. So it's a really tight gap in that matter as well.
I think I saw Jedi actually take that corner like almost wide, but really early before actually taking that turn over the balcony, which is I think a great tactic. He actually managed to get quite some speed in there while he was doing that. So that seemed to be a really good tactic, and maybe the other ones get that as well.
Yeah, so people just take it at really different angles. Some people just try to steer in the first angle, and some others do it at the end angle. So it really depends on the pilot what kind of move you prefer to do the split S.
Yeah. So we'll see some more. We're going to go to team race.
Okay, so we're back here, and we're going to talk about something about the location. We were just doing the track. We'll pick that up later. At the moment we're in the Eurohalle Zuidbroek, which is a complex owned by Van der Valk. Van der Valk is a hotel right here, which is actually servicing us right now. So the pilots have their hotel rooms at the location. Yesterday we had a great barbecue with the pilots to get to know each other. You know, atmosphere is a very important thing about drone racing, we think. One of the reasons that we actually made a pit here, where people can just relax and lounge, made possible by the chairs of Drone Shop. And yeah, we see that the first pilot is here already. So we have Carbon V. Hey, Carbon.
Hey guys.
So how did you do?
I won my first round, and in the second round I crashed, but so did everyone else. Something went wrong. As you can see, I'm missing quite a few of my props. They actually exploded mid-air, which made me crash. Of course, after hitting a flag first.
Does it happen a lot that your prop explode or something, or?
Well, only if you crash first, of course. It doesn't happen naturally, but yeah, it happens. It's one of those things that can happen.
So thanks to the back-to-back double elimination, that doesn't mean that you're out straight away. So what do you think about that system?
It's the only real system that can make a race a little bit fair. So yeah, luckily because of the double elimination, I'm just going on to the next round.
Oh, that's great. We'll see you on the next round then. We'll go to the next pilot. Thank you.
Thank you.
So hey, we have Puff Daddy. Welcome.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Good. And you?
Yeah, very good. So how did you go? How did your race go?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Did you? I didn't see. Did you crash?
Both rounds.
Both rounds you crashed.
Yeah, I went through, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So that's actually really you know, we're gonna wait to see if you're gonna through to the next round.
I'm curious to find out.
Okay, well, I hope to see you back in the next round then.
Likewise. Thanks.
Okay, so like I was saying, we're here at the Van der Valk Zuidbroek, which is a great location. Thanks to them, we're gonna have this great big race because they have a huge hall, 67 square foot meters actually, not even foot. So we're well, I hear that their next race is ready, so we're gonna switch to our moderators and do the next race. Enjoy.
Here we are. We got 5 seconds to start. Then we get this little awesome sound.
So we have 3 new pilots, so Crashlot, Sniper X and Ghetto Dino. 3 really good pilots. Some of the pilots actually went international.
It actually looked like there was another drone. I believe that was a fly though, right over their heads. Pretty sure he's not qualified. Oh, what?
Land. Probably a restart.
I don't see any crashes though, but maybe I think maybe Sniper X did not get a start at all.
Yeah, it looks like Sniper X had troubles with getting off, and the rule that they made for this specific competition is that if you can't fly before the first gate, you get a rerun. So in that matter,
I believe they actually had a false start, so they're gonna reset the race right now. Or they're setting back up. I wonder who actually made the false start. I'm not sure. Like now, I'm kind of wondering if that was a drone or not. I didn't hear any of the rotor sounds, but it did kind of look like a. It did look like a drone. However, maybe one of the drivers or one of the pilots thought it was an actual thing and thought that was the start of the race. Currently setting back up. I believe we're missing the feed there from Sir Crash a lot. And that might just be resetting it. Alright, there we go. It's back online. Now, earlier in the training, I saw Sir Crashlot being the only drone pilot who was actually still flying, and there were actually 4 pilots. So it was kind of ironic that he was the only one still flying. But let's see how he does this race. So this race, Sniper X, Sir Crashlot, get it, you know.
so it looks like they're almost ready to do another round.
So it's a few seconds, maybe a minute before they restart. I think I got through maybe 2.5 minutes for the restart. Just heard if the pilots are ready to go. We got a few 10 seconds until the start of the race. Here we go. 7, 6, 5. They're armed and ready to go. Here comes the sound. And they're off again. We actually had a slow start for Gattadino there, but hopefully we can make up for that slow start.
Gattadino actually didn't manage to get a lot of laps in, but he's an outstanding racer. He had done a lot of international races like DRL, so he really has good potential. But basically due to most of the technical difficulties, he is now ready to get to know the track.
Here we see Sir Crashlot going into that big ass corner, into the corkscrew.
And maybe for some of you more experienced watchers, you may have seen the name Sir Crashlot before as well, because he played in DCL last year, DR1 at the last chapter. So he already has some international experience, like I told you before.
Sir Crashlot is really fast. He actually took that the corner over the balcony really fast.
So if you look at the lap times, we have Sir Crashlot coming in at 52 seconds, Gattadino 58, Sniper X just around a minute. So by the looks of it, it may look like Sir Crashlot actually is going to get the most points, followed by Garodino. SnipRX as the last guy.
Well, we hear a little bit of hesitation there through the corkscrew from Sir Crashlot. This means that we potentially could have, I believe, SnipRX, I think?
No, Garodino.
Garodino actually catching up to him. They're going so fast, it's insane how fast they're going. I can't imagine what it looks like when you actually wear the goggles to see where your drone is.
It's insane, but when you think about what you're actually doing, you're crashing because you have to be so focused.
Speaking of crashing, I think we've just lost SnipRX there.
I don't know where he is.
I think he's on the balcony by the looks of it. I heard him crash here somewhere, but I have no idea exactly where.
Garodino's getting some really speed up. That's the speed we know he can have.
I think he's actually closing in there on Sir Crashlot, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, but we're on a third lap.
Yeah. Whoa, that was a tight corner there. Near that wall. That is for many people hard to... Oh, there he goes! Oh my god, that... I think he hit the gate or maybe one of the doorposts.
He's going to recover, trying to.
I think he can. That looked like a really bad smash. Oh, there we have...
SnipRX. That's an odd place to be laying.
Yeah, he seems to be really lodged in there. That's unfortunate, but we still have a second round to go. It may take some time for the pilots to get their drones back, though. They actually have to go up the stairs in order to get to that position. They're going up there right now. But it's a great race from Sir Crashlot. He is really fast.
Yeah, Sir Crashlot has experience. Last year he was actually crowned the Dutch national championship champion. So you know that shows that he's a pretty potent guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and Garodino, even though he wasn't doing at the, he was competing at the Dutch nationals last year, he's doing it this year. Once he got time, because he had to play on the DRL's season as well. And DRL is basically the biggest competition there is in the world. I mean, they fly all over the world, all with the same drone. So really unique opportunity.
Alright, we're going over to Tim right now.
So welcome back here. We saw some really really good racing, but also some crashes. We saw some quads hitting the walls, everything. So they're actually retrieving them now, which could take a while, but doesn't matter because we got some other stuff to talk about. We have an amazing track here. We got some good elements, and maybe we can just go through them for a bit, and then see what's all available on this track. We did some really good. So here you see two big gates. We see the two drone shop gates which are light up. Basically the gate you see the furthest away right now is the start gate and the stop gate. So that's the finish as well. They go through that, go corkscrew up and go through the gate again. You see the blue gate, which is the next gate, which they go through the upper hole and they dive down through the bottom hole where they follow the red cones. The red cones goes to the right. You see the white gate with the lamps in it, the drone shop gate. They go through the bottom, go through the top after that, and then they follow down to a round where they come at the roundabout. The roundabout is a real nice obstacle we have. We saw it in the DRL race once where they use a car garage where they just, you know, where you drive up your car in a circle. We also have it in the Stad Groningen here at Ossenmarkt. You go through at the top and then you go to the left gate at the top, then you go down to the right gate at the bottom, then you go down out through the bottom on the left hand. And after that we go to our party tent. We had some stuff laying around, so we used it. You see a banner Furious FPV here as well, which is basically just laid down there. That's some good marketing right there. They go over the party tent, through it, back out, and then they turn around to quadcopters and so flags, and then they start on the racetrack. Basically, we call it the racetrack because it's a long straight with these awesome LED cones sponsored by redbee.de. These LED cones, we have 250 of them. They give good lighting. Also, well, like you see in this hall, it's good lighted, but still you see them. So it's really nice if you fly over them with high speeds. It's like really being on a racetrack. Well, after the straight, we go to the to basically up over and then around the track through the doors. When then we enter the next hole, which is basically a very dark hole where we have a lot of LED lights. We light this up with our DMX LEDs, which we can change colors as well, but while racing we just keep them on the same lighting. We have the LED cones to mark the way, and we have some lighting to see the backside of the gates as well. You're looking at the corkscrew right here, which means the furthest gate away they go through it, then they go back over the second gate, through the second gate, back over and to the gate you see the closest to you, and then through it around the corner. And now we're going to go back live to the moderators, because we have a next race coming up. So enjoy and stay tuned.
And they're counting off right now. Second race of Heat 5. Getardino,
Sir Crashalot,
and Sniper X. Let's see if Sniper X can finish this race this time.
Let's hope so. And they're taking off.
Actually goes for Getardino as well. His smack at the end was
And
really
this is
bad.
what I mean. I mean, if you compare last race to the current race that Getardino is flying, the pace difference is like insane.
Yeah.
Once he gets it down, he just pushes through the same line, and that's what it's all about.
Where you get Sokrash already on the straight, going through that red B corner, and he actually got overtaken, I think. It was just an overtake there. I think he got it back, but Getardino seems to be slower through that corkscrew corner there.
Yeah, so we still have Sir Crashlord first place, Getardino second, Sniper X third, but they're really close.
They're insanely close, especially Getardino and Sir Crashlot.
And you can see it. I mean, the first lap time, 52 seconds by Sir Crashalot, 54 seconds by Getardino. It looks like Sniper X is down again.
Will he be able to recover from this though? That is the question. Seems to be able to recover.
No, not really.
No, he got himself flipped. Seems it's over for Sniper X. However, we still have Getardino and Sir Crashlot into the race. Sir Crashlot actually getting away from Getardino right there. So it seems a lot of people also take the corkscrew differently. Like some really go wide into circles and some people go up instead. What do you think is the best way of taking that particular obstacle?
It really depends on your style, because some people take it really aggressive. Some people want to look at where they're aiming for at all the time. Other people can just have moments when they're, you know, where they don't know where they're actually going, but they feel like where the quad is going. So in that matter, they can kind of like trust where they're at. And some really need to see it at all times.
Which makes perfect sense, by the way. I mean, it is kind of like Star Wars pod racing, and that's actually the cool thing about these kind of races. And here we got Sir Crashlot, who is just making a victory lap there and landing his drone. Getardino is finishing up his last bit. Ooh, I think he just maybe hit the ceiling a little bit.
But he hit it good.
But he managed to finish it.
So if we look at the times, we have 2 minutes 29 seconds of Sir Crashalot, 2 minutes 46 seconds by Getardino. Sniper X unfortunately crashed out before he could make even one lap.
It seems that Getardino was really happy to finish the race. He's doing a few victory laps around the start finish. Here we have the pit basically with all the racers, all the pilots.
And you see the enjoyment.
I think it's a really great atmosphere. You can see the people on the bottom left doing, you know, they're watching the race as well.
Yeah, they actually have big screens as well, and they're doing some dabbing now. But more than that, they can see the lap times by their friends. They can actually see our live chat as well.
And we're going back to 10.
So, welcome back here. We got the first pilots coming from the track, and we're going to have a little interview with Sir Crashlot. Hey!
Hey Tim, how are you?
Good, and you? How did it go?
It went pretty well, I gotta say. I won 2 heats, it's good.
Yeah, so we saw that you, the first heat, you took it a bit more easy, at least you did fast round. Was it tactic or?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a finisher's game. The points are for finishing and having good position, so you really have to finish. Yeah.
Are there any elements in the track that you like a lot, or that you have any problems with?
I really like the whole track. I gotta say, I could talk long about it actually, because the tracks we fly in Holland are pretty nice. They are technical, yet they have a very, very, very good flow. So there comes a point in time where you are just applying throttle, and those lines are just melting together. It's really good. I really like it. I enjoy it.
Okay, good. Does it have anything to do with the gear you fly that you're so quick?
I think we all fly fast gear nowadays. I think it's easy to get very affordable fast gear which can land you a first position if you can handle it. I think we are there, but of course I'm happy to run pretty good gear anyway. So yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and have luck. Good luck in the next round.
Hey, thanks.
So we have the next racer here. Hey, welcome. How did you do?
How did I do? I've done better in my FPV career, but I finished the LiPo, my first LiPo of this day. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, great. What do you think of the track?
Oh, the track is great. Indoor spots. You know, it's always about how do you decorate the track with as much of as much LEDs as you can find, and those guys, they managed some crazy stuff. Like if you see the lights on the ground, it's actually it's soldered by hand. So some guy had some amount of time, and he soldered everything for us to destroy. So thank you. I don't know who it was, but
yeah, those LED goes are by redbee.de. You can actually buy them. They're not even that expensive, but yeah, they sell them there. So what do you think of the LED cones?
I will not buy them, and I will not solder them because I have no time for that. But if you want to buy it and you want to have a track like this, you definitely gotta buy it. It looks awesome.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and have fun in the next round, I think.
Yes, it's gonna be good.
Good luck. So yeah, that was great, but I think the next round is ready, so we're gonna go to the next race. Have joy and enjoy, and stay tuned.
Here we go. This is the next race. We got Nelis FPV, Thomas FPV, and Shaggy FPV. So Shaggy is actually the other pilot from the Netherlands who went in the DRL competition this year as well. And the funny thing about this hit is that Nelis FPV, Thomas FPV, and Shaggy FPV are actually kind of teammates, because they all are associated with quadcopters and so, and the one is more associated with the frame manufacturer and the other by the shop itself. But they train a lot together, so they kind of know each other and how they fly. Would this affect their tactic maybe, and It definitely affects the coaching situation, because normally they coach each other. I see. But because there's competitive now, do they still do that, or do they actually decide to be less than friends in this case? I'll have to look at the situation. It looks like one of the pilots actually got some help from our Belgian guy, Garmin V. It looks like Shaggy is out. Yeah, he crashed. Seems so. I was looking over to where the pilots are sitting, and I see you with the goggles up, and I suddenly noticed that he is out. But the funny thing is that Shaggy is not flying his own gear. Ah, okay. Because he just came here because we wanted to. And then he is flying a transmitter by Garmin V. He has his own goggles though, but he's flying the drone by Nelis, who is actually in the same heat as well. And Nelis is currently, I believe, in first place there, with Thomas still in the second part of the race, the second part of the track. Now we have Thomas in the view. And we can see Thomas. He's taking the corners a little bit more wider than Nelis is. Nelis seems to be going pretty fast. And lots of quick movements I see. He's really, basically, he's not really braking by the looks of it. He's actually using all his momentum to turn around. Yeah. But what you told me about the cornering, it really depends on the racer as well. Because if you want to make it more tight, you can get faster lap times. But of course you risk crashing earlier. That is true. That's definitely true.
So it's always a dilemma if I want to take it out. I want to do it tight, but risk crashing.
And I think that's actually what happened just now to Thomas, while Nelis actually finished first. That's unfortunate, but they still have a second round to go.
Definitely. So by the looks now, Nelis got first place, Thomas FPV in second and Shagan in third.
Right now they're getting their drones back and put them back on the starting line. Here we see Nelis.
But for the guy who was paying attention, there are both through screens who are displaying Nelis FPV in the bottom side. And that is because Shaggy is flying the drone of Nelis.
So we're getting set up for the next race here. I think we lost all the feeds for now on the drones. Should be coming back when the next round starts. Now we're going back to Tim right now.
Okay, so we're back here. We're actually waiting for the racers to set up their gear again for the second round. They're gonna go for to try and beat what they did the first round. We saw that Shaggy actually never expected Shaggy to be last in this round, so we're gonna see what happens. Nelis is a really quick pilot who ended first, and you have Thomas, also Team Quadcopters and so, who finished actually second. So that's entire Team Quadcopters and so going crazy right here. But it's not only Quadcopters and so that actually sends a team and made this possible. We also have Bright Sourcing, which is IT staffing professional. So if you need any ITers and you need anything done, basically just give them a call, you never know. We also have Dalprop and Fox here, which made this event possible. They sent us some awesome cameras to give to the pilots. Some great Fox. I saw the Falcor and I saw some Predators and even saw some Lollipops. So we're gonna have some good stuff to give away to the pilots, thanks to them. We also had a pilot who actually forgot his props today. No, he can't fly without any props, but thanks to Dal, he was able to fly anyways. We also have a big sponsor, which is Rijksuniversiteit Groningen, a big university here in the city of Groningen. They have a lot of international students, so take a look at their site, Rijksuniversiteitgroningen.com of .nl. And well, look what they have to offer for you. It's a great city of Groningen. We have a lot of stuff to do in there. Actually, one of the track elements is based upon one of our parking lots in there, which is the Ossenmarkt. They have this nice roundabout which goes up. And we actually have brought that back in the track with our roundabout. It's the double gates with that the pilots fly. Actually, a lot of pilots tell us that it's a really nice element to have to fly, because you can just go in it, and if you have a good line, you just go full throttle and go straight through that track element. Yeah, well, we like we said, the elements are also IDRA gates, because it's the IDRA Challengers Cup right now. So pilots can earn points for the international points for the ranking to take part in the Las Vegas finals, which is going to be up soon. So this is the last international ranking stop in Europe. So the pilots here, even the ones that are going to finish first, are going to have enough points to just basically qualify for the Las Vegas finals just by joining this race. So it's actually pretty interesting for these pilots to give them all their all to get the points to be able to join the race. Well, like we all know, we do a double back-to-back double knockout, which, like most pilots say, gives a fair. It's the fairest way to do a contest like this. You also have a lot of people that do it by time and qualify by time, and for that you basically just have to fly rounds. You can do it staggered, whatever. But right now we're just going to have 4 pilots giving their best because they need to finish first. So right now the next heat is ready, and we're going to watch it, and we're going to switch to our moderators.
So, and we're ready for the second heat of the 6th group.
It seems the tension seems to be a little bit up right now, or is it just me?
No, because like it can get really interesting because Shaggy got last place.
That is true, but I think they're really good races I've seen. Like all of them are really good. I do have to say, I think from these 3 pilots, I think Nelis is my favorite because he takes the track really tight, like tight corners, and really clean as well. Here they are on the starting blocks.
And down on the beeps.
really fast start there from Nelis, revving his rotors high enough to actually get off quickly. And we have Shaggy into the roundabout, he's taking his corners really fast as well. They're really close to each other.
Yeah, so Shaggy is just a bit behind Nelis. And then Thomas just taking it steady at third place. I think his tactic is just hoping that one will crash again, and he's through.
Oh, these guys are so close. Nelis and Shaggy are really close to each other. Well, like I just said...
Oh, and Shaggy crashed again.
We have lost Shaggy. That's unfortunate. This means, I think, depending on how Nelis will do, will probably mean that he wins his race as well.
But in the end it doesn't matter, because Shaggy had 0 points.
That is true.
And Thomas is down in 1.
He is so fast, that is insane.
So Nelis and Thomas are through. I don't know if they got that managed already. Nelis is just keeping a crazy pace. And he needs to, because he is one of the guys who actually had a good chance to win. So if he wants to win, he has to keep up with the pace as well.
Does this mean, however, though, that he has to set a good time? Because I'm not sure if he knows, but he is very far in the lead right now.
I think he knows that he does not have to push, but he's just doing it because he wants to do it.
I mean, it's kind of a thrill anyway, so, I mean, if I was actually able to do drone races, I would probably push as well. I am a racing fan in general, but, you know, drone races is quite a different sport.
It is so fast-paced.
He is so tight around that corkscrew. Oh, he's lost a flag there. Oh no, Nelis crashed, but he recovers.
Oh, yeah, the corkscrew is something he practiced a lot.
There we go, Nelis.
Because he has a trick he does with 4 gates next to each other. He actually calls him the Nelis special. The Dutch Spiders knows it.
Oh, there goes. I think Thomas just went through the same hoop twice. And he's taking it slow. He knows he's basically finished his race.
He's just getting more lap times in.
And it's not about the lap times, it's actually just about finishing in specific positions, and he lands his drone.
There we go.
Great race from all of them. Unfortunately, we've lost Shaggy. And it's unfortunate, but maybe we'll see more of him, but...
Yeah, I mean, what I've told before, Shaggy is not flying his own drone. So it's really, really good what he had performed so far.
Definitely.
I mean, imagine having to race on a professional level and just getting into a car of another team.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's doing.
That is true. Like, a lot of people actually have like issues already, let's say in Formula 1, where something is off and they don't like it. It actually, you know, it alters their, actually gives them a little bit of a, bad time for them. And we're gonna go over to Tim right now.
Okay, welcome back. We got the first pilots coming in here on this unexpected race. Hey, Niels.
I'm back.
You're back. So, how did it go?
Yeah, pretty well. Shaggy was on my back in the second heat, but he crashed out, and I just continued keeping it smooth and took second of our first 2 times. So I'm happy.
You guys were definitely pushing it. It was amazing. I mean, all 3 of you were just going crazy. Like, how does it feel to be in the same heat with all of your team members?
Oh yeah, it's cool. Like, we train a lot also, so it's cool to see that the training keeps us up to pace with each other. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, does not bother you that you actually knock someone out of your own team?
1 sec, what is?
That you knock someone out of your own team, that he doesn't go to the next round?
It is what it is. Like, Shaggy did his best. He had a busy season with DRL also, so it was already fun to have him here. And he will coach us, so we will win together.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, that's good to hear, because I mean, coaching is a big thing in the sport. We also saw that something happened with the Dutch nationals with coaching. What do you think is a good stance about coaching?
I think I think coaching is part of the game. I think you have to get used to it. But I also totally understand that we need to go to like in-ears to coach each other, so other pilots don't get distracted by it. But yeah, mixed feelings about it. But I think coaching is part of the game, so we
Yeah.
need to continue.
Well, let's hope we can do that also yet next year to have some coaching through the years, like we have a casting crew doing here with their moderator and stuff. So yeah, we got the next interview ready. So thank you for your time.
Great, man. Thank you for your time. Bye.
So here we got Thomas FPV. Hey, how did you do?
Good. Above expectations. I was able to finish earlier than Shaggy in both rounds, so that's good.
Did you ever expect about winning against Shaggy, or does it happen more often?
I was already taking my loss because those are my teammates and they're very quick. We know Shaggy is quick, but he has been in different races, different quads, so this is kind of difficult for him. He has a little disadvantage, but I kept it steady and stole his place.
So you're actually kind of new in Team Quadcopters and so. How long have you been in the team?
A couple months, yeah. I'm actually in Team Epiquad from the frames we fly, and my teammates Nelis and Shaggy are also in Epiquad, and they help me out very nice.
Yeah. So in the next round you probably meet Drone D FPV because he's also a really quick pilot. So what do you think about beating him?
Drone D is the boss. He's gonna win. I'm gonna do my best to keep up, but it's gonna be difficult. He's the man to beat.
Yeah, well, I saw some really quick rounds from you, so I'm still hoping that you're going to be in there. Maybe, who knows, you can surprise us by beating him. So thank you for the interview. Good luck. Okay, so yeah, that was the pilots. We did some awesome racing with Team Quadcopters and so. But yeah, we're going to switch to the race and enjoy.
Okay, and we're down on the 7th race. Kort door de bocht, Mr. Green, and RC Me. Kort bocht actually stands for cutting the corner. That's actually the thing we have been talking about before in other races.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun alias to have.
I wonder if it's actually going to go kort door de bocht. So we'll see.
We will definitely see.
And here they are in the starting blocks.
Okay, guys. Beginnen. Ready?
They're making themselves ready right now. We got 15 seconds. Countdown has started just now. 10.
So Kort door de bocht and Mr. Green are teammates, both part of SQG, and their times are usually pretty close by. Let's see how it is. And they're off.
They're also really close to each other. We got the lead though on Mr. Green, I believe.
But a bit. It's less than a second. Oh, and we have lost Mr. Green. He hit the ceiling.
Oh, that was a close one there from RCME.
So now we have only Walter Kort door de bocht.
He's actually recovering though.
Yeah, so Mr. Green did what we call a turtle flip. So once you're upside down, you can reverse the direction of your motors. You can flip around. That's what he tried. But unfortunately, his props were that much that he couldn't fly any further.
See, we've lost another pilot there. I'm not sure if he just laid low or if he actually crashed. I did hear a bonk somewhere down the track. So he might actually be out. Although he's currently continuing, I think. And there goes another drone.
Kort door de bocht. But he's already on his second lap. RC Me still on his first lap. Kort door de bocht having lap times down 55 seconds.
Seems that RCME is having some issues there, maybe with his props. I think he seems a little wobbly. I think he's currently just taking it slow just to finish the race rather than actually trying to set a good time.
But here's of it, however, it does not sound like his props are really dense, so it might just be the way he flies.
That might also be it.
To put it differently.
He's currently in the roundabout.
And actually Walter is almost going to lap RC Me. So they're really close now. So Walter's on his third lap, RC Me on his second. They're both to the strain, kind of 270 degrees circle, and they're both getting into the double power loop.
They're nearly touching each other, it seems.
And Walter left the guy. And it just shows how big the difference can be between two pilots in one single hit.
Yeah, definitely. We have this awesome climb here.
And Walter finished. So even in a race of only 3 laps, people can lap each other.
Seems so, yeah. We got a low battery here on RC Me. I wonder if he can actually get in the second heat. I hope he has. I take it he has like a spare battery for it.
I think so. But at the moment, we have first place for Kort door de Bocht, second place for RC Me, and third for Mr. Green.
Currently resetting the round to go for round 2.
So it is actually a back-to-back double knockout, but not on a way that other competition were held, because then you actually had a losers bracket, but now it is only have 2 chances to finish out your group of people.
What happens after all of these heats are done? We have a few heats to go. We have in total we have 15, and then all of course have like 2 rounds. What happens after that?
By the looks of it, we have 4 more races, and now after this round is done, we have 16 pilots. So that means that we will fly 4 races of 4 pilots, and then the first 2 are going to go through. We'll have that for the semi-finals and eventually for the final. And in the final it's kind of different, because then of course first place, second place, third place are going to be called out. So right now we have Shaggy FPV, so we'll go back to Tim.
Back here with Shaggy FPV, who actually got knocked out last round. How do you feel about it?
I came here with no expectations. It was fun to race, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you made it. You rushed it basically back to be here, so which is awesome, of course. So you had some practice rounds, but not a lot. You were actually flying someone else's gear, I thought.
Yeah, I was flying first the Tyrannus from Bas, then from Niels and Niels' quad, and someone else's goggles. So I was chasing Niels with his own quad actually. And so it was just trying to figure out how it worked. Just had to go full blast because I had to overtake him to even go through. And then I failed.
Well, it's great in the community, but he's also in your team. But in the community, you see a lot. If someone has something that's broken or whatever, they help each other out. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's really nice. Everyone helps each other out, even though they're from a different team. Now, this is my own team, but even Andre is helping me out, and Victor, and they're all from different teams. So it's very nice.
So I mean, the sport is rather new, but it's steadily growing. What do you think? What do you see in the future? Because you've been flying for DRL. What do you see in the future for drone racing?
Yeah, so DRL basically is the future for me right now. That's the biggest. If you see their races and their budget and how they do on TV, 50 million people watched it last year. That's already amazing. So I think we'll see everywhere around the world more races coming up that go towards that level, towards TV shows, and more people racing, and it will just keep growing in that direction. Yeah.
What would you like to give like an audience that's watching now? Like, okay, what's drone racing? How do I get in it? What would you like to tell them about drone racing?
If you like what you see here and you want to go start drone racing, get a transmitter, so the controller, and start practicing on the simulator. The DRL simulator, Velocidrone, Liftoff, all those kinds of simulators really get you started. Then if you start to get a feel of that, buy a small little drone for indoors, then go build one for yourself to go bigger, buy a goggle to do that, and then you can build it. Yeah, you can slowly build it up from there.
Is that the same way that you started?
I just started with building a drone for myself, but I see these days it's better to start with the simulator for sure.
I'm hearing the countdown already, so we're going to go back to the race, so enjoy.
And there we are, the second round of Heat 7. Mr. Green, Corto de Bocht, and RC Me. Ooh, I think we had a little bit of a hit there, but everyone seems to be fine. Oh, we got a crash onto the blue gate.
Mr. Green is down again. He's gonna turtle. He's gonna be okay.
We managed to. It's a good thing that these cones are actually soft. They don't actually damage the props or whatever.
Oh, but they do mostly, but sometimes you don't crash enough. Just hard enough to actually, you know, then bend your props or kill your quad.
Yeah.
And then you can just turtle back and fly further.
I have to say though, so far I think he's the only one who's been successful of doing that. Mr. Green hitting there the red B gate there a little bit, but he managed to keep his drone up.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but some pilots just can crash all of the time and not recover. And my experience now in this game is like, when I crash, I'm done. My battery just ejects, get into the other side of the room, and that's it.
We got a crash there. That's near our cameraman, I think.
Pretty close. And that's actually by RC Me.
He actually managed to get out, and he crashes again.
Kind of getting into a dangerous situation.
Yeah, indeed.
So we have Corto de Bocht and Mr. Green still up. Corto de Bocht actually ahead right now. They're both on their second heat, but Corto de Bocht is noticeably faster than Mr. Green. Mr. Green is only at the double power loop, while the Corto de Bocht going to the reverse split S, picking up some pace.
What I notice about Corto de Bocht, he's really tight on basically the racing line, if you will. He's not really deviating outwards to, you know, the part other side of the. I say that now, and then he does that, but he's really tight on the corners.
You can say that one of the strengths Corto de Bocht actually has. He might not have the fastest lap times, but he's consistent.
Yeah, so it's it actually fits his name as well. So.
And that's really funny because we have seen competitions where he didn't have the best qualifier, but he's a regular guy on the finals as well, just because of that consistency, you know.
Yeah, it's good to have that consistency rather than, you know, just being speedy, because if you can't fly consistently, I think you might, you know, crash against walls and stuff like that.
That's it, and there are a lot of tactics going on in this competition as well. It is just not being able to go through a full throttle through straights. You know, you have to plan how you're going to fly. I mean, they all build their own drones, and that is fully customized to your needs. More aggressive pilots use more aggressive components in their quads, and people who just fly really smoothly probably have a really efficient setup as well. So there's so many things to think about if you actually want to race really good.
I think that was the race for this time. We have Corto de Bocht being first again, and unfortunately we've lost RC Me with a big crash there on the balcony. And I think we're going to...
And that means that Corto de Bocht and Mr. Green are through, even though Mr. Green and RC Me had the same amount of points. Mr. Green was ranked higher on qualifiers, and that is the decider.
And we're going back to Tim.
Okay, so we got the first pilots coming back after an awesome heat here at the track. And we got the first pilot here, that's Walter. Hey Walter, how did you do?
Yeah, well, pretty well. I've got all the points, so I'm through to the next knockout.
Yeah, we saw you guys really pushed it. And what was the point where you thought like, okay, now I can really just push it and let go?
Well, I was not really pushing it because I heard other pilots were crashing, so I could easily fly this heat. And then, after well, I think 2 laps, the last lap, I could fly a little bit faster, so I get the pace. Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, we've got a teammate of yours standing by as well, so we're going to have an interview with him. Good luck in the next round. So, Mr. Green, hello. How did you do?
Not so good in the first round. I crashed my drone, my favorite drone, and the camera was broken. So I had to pick my backup quad for the second heat, and I forgot that my old rates were in there. So I had to quickly adjust to my old rates, and after a small mistake, I could reset quickly and pick up some speed, and yeah, finished second. So.
No, good job. What kind of gear are you flying, if I can ask?
Kind of gear, yeah, some old gear. Cheap gear gear that can break inside. Just use what you're flying around. That's fine.
So you've have a lot of experience in flying indoor tracks, or is it more outside tracks that you fly?
No, it's a little bit of both. Last year we did lots of indoor flying in the winter, and this year the outdoor season was crazy. I went to a lot of places, also to Spain and France and Luxembourg and all the races in Holland. So yeah, great season.
So what do you think about the track that we have here for an indoor track?
It's crazy. Yeah, I love it. It's large, it's fast, it's technical, it's everything.
Well, that's great to hear, and we're happy to see you back in the next round. So good luck.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll be preparing for the next heat. I'm not sure if they're up there, but there are some pilots there that's actually flying their own quads in there. So that's actually another point of this basically group of pilots that helps each other out to race. So we're gonna switch to the monoraces and enjoy the race.
Alright, here we go with Nicholas, #49, Lilo, Andreas, FPV. Those three drivers or pilots are currently setting up.
It's different, because if you look at the image of Andreas FPV, it was not at a good point. There was probably because someone else was plugged in.
That might be the case.
Changing the channel.
Yeah, they're still setting up the race. Like no drivers actually sitting on their pilot's seat just yet. So it may take some time before we actually get to start this race.
So who do you think are the guys who has the most chance to win?
We just talked about a little bit about that just now while Tim was talking, and I believe I do have to agree with you. We got Nelis, Carbon, Jedi, Drone. They are, I think, the fastest of this race.
I think if we look at the times that people have flown so far, and I mean Nicholas still has to show what he's got, but these are the guys that statistically have the chance to get the prize.
Yeah, and also by looking at how they fly, they're really either really fast or they take really tight corners or both. So I think it's going to be really awesome to see what they're actually going to do while racing each other. And I think there might be some more crashes on that because they're going to be so close to each other. They're probably going to hit each other's wings.
Because that's it. People are flying at their pace, and one pace is faster than the other pace. But when you have to push, that's where it gets freaky.
Yeah.
Because some people actually have a margin when it can go even faster, but some people are just really at the edge of what they can do, and that's when you see the amazing crashes. But you know, anything can happen. Even the guys who at first did not seem that they would win just by their lap times or their spots, but they can just get through all the places because the most favorite people crash. I mean, it can happen every second.
Yeah, we saw that with O-Guy. He crashed, but he actually did manage to finish his second race.
And that's it. It can be really different every time.
I think the races are all set. Do I see 4 drones there? Am I seeing that? Am I seeing this correctly? It seems like we only have 3 feet though. Maybe this is what, like you said earlier, maybe someone else who may have plugged in. But right now, I think we actually are on 3 races maybe.
10, 9, 8. I don't think the 4th one is plugged in.
Yeah, it might not be plugged in. So we got Lilo,
Nicholas, and Andreas FPV.
Here Here comes the starring sound.
And they're off.
Lilo having a little bit of a bad start there.
Someone crashed already. Andreas. Niklas is just taking it slowly. Oh, and there's a restart.
There's a restart. I think he hit the actually the first gate, which is the start-finish gate. It did sound like it was a soft crash there.
Indeed. And then again, the rule that the organization have made is that if you cannot pass the first gate, there's a rerun. And in that way, you exclude any kind of technical problems that a drone can have. Because if it does not fly well right away, it cannot be really a piloting mistake. And of course you have situations where in the last heat a guy crashed out and he didn't have the chance to see if his drone actually works. So we wanted to keep it real, and we want people to have the chance to race and give it their best. And in that way it's a really good thing to have at least get all the people go through the first gate. And there's actually another reason, because a lot of the mid-airs, and that's a situation where the drones collide into each other, happens at the start, because that's the moment when they're all at the same spot and then they're coming into each other through the gate. So that normally is the place where you get the most mid-airs.
Yeah, that is true. And it may actually be, it may have seen that was the case almost. It made it look like the person that crashed, I think it was Lilo, I'm saying it's right now, Andreas crashed. It may have been that he either tried to avoid the other drones or that he got hit. But it's okay, because we're gonna restart, and I think they're all set up right now. The pilots are getting ready, they're putting on their goggles.
But Andreas as well, he's not that young. I think he is 16 if I remember correctly. And he is just flying everything he can fly. But because he's not that old and he doesn't have a lot of sponsorships, just he has to fly whatever he can.
Yeah.
And we're back to countdown. Less than 5. We're about to hear the beeps.
Here they come. And here they go. Let's see how well they do.
You see Niklas picking up a lot of pace. Lilo coming in second. Andreas in third.
Andreas seems to be taking it really, really slow right now.
Even Niklas is doing really steady and not really pushing himself, because he knows kind of in what situation he is at. And looking at the lap times, there's a huge difference between his lap times and the one by Lilo and Andreas. So basically he just needs to finish, like at his normal, comfortable pace.
Yeah, it seems that he's comfortable. He's still really fast though, because Lilo is far behind. And in third place right now is Andreas.
And that's what we have been talking about before. I mean, for some people a really fast pace is something that they're comfortable at as well, because they have so good control. And for others, just that pace is a lot slower.
That's true. We got Lilo who just crashed onto the balcony. Wonder if he can recover himself.
But Niklas is actually one of the 2 international pilots originating from Germany, sponsored by a lot of people, and if I can remember correctly, at least Team Black Sheep, D Quad.
He actually lost Lilo just now. Lilo crashed somewhere in the first bit of the race. Doesn't seem to be. It doesn't look like he can recover. We've lost the feed on his drone, so it's now between Andreas and Niklas.
And there we have it again. I mean, Andreas had a lower pace, but because Lilo crashed, he's now in a better position.
That is true. So it's not always, it's not always needed to go really fast.
No, definitely not. I mean, you have to be consistent. Moreover, getting fast, because even at the international pro level competitions, people crash out. They do it a lot of times in finals, semi-finals, qualifiers. And it's kind of part of the game, but if you're that really consistent guy,
seems that Nicholas is actually getting in there on Andreas, lapping him.
And he just passed him.
They come, both of them.
There we have it again. Nicholas just finished at a pace of 2 minutes 36 seconds.
Andreas is going into his last lap. He's taking it slow.
Basically, it doesn't matter what Andreas is doing. I mean, he can only damage his quad or get more lap times in, and he is trying to get more lap times in.
2 minutes left.
But his place is secure in this field for now.
It was only the first of the two races in order to finish.
Yeah, so things can happen.
Yeah.
And for Niklas, he's golden. I mean, he has a spot in the quarterfinals for sure. But between Andreas and Lilo, a lot of things can happen.
I think we're not actually crashed. He's still in the race. We just lost a little bit of the feed there. Hope it's not that horrible for Andreas himself.
Because this is what he's looking at, which is not pretty. And if you look at the difference between what Niklas is seeing and then again Andreas. But he's getting into the last split S, which means he's about to finish his race. And there we go. At a pace of almost 4 minutes.
He's still within the time though. He had like 2 minutes left about when he was in his last lap, I think, when he just started. And that's most important. I think we're going to do back to Tim, who has another pilot standing there.
Hey, welcome back. We saw another awesome back-to-back double heat elimination, and we actually have Bas here, Sniper X, for team pilot from Furious FPV, who sponsored us our receivers, which makes it that we have actually perfect reception throughout the track, which is great. They also sponsored us with some prizes for the best pilots. So could you tell me something about the docking that Furious FPV sponsored us for this event?
Yes, the docking what we are using here is specially made for personal use, but also for events. You have some double outputs for the video for the makers that send it live out at the moment, and for your own Fat Shark or other goggle in your head. So
I heard that you guys are actually bringing out an HDMI output on the docking.
yes, it's already on the market for 1080p output, and with a little mod we can do 720p output. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean the guys from Casting Crew would love to have that, of course, but it's coming out soon.
It's already out.
It's already out. Oh, really? Well, that would be great for live streaming, because I mean these guys have so much cables just to make it possible, and that's also one of the points why the live streams could be so much better, because you know the techniques
and high image.
And the high image, yeah. You guys also sponsored a flight controller and VTXs.
The flight controller what we give to the winners is a Fortinia 4 OSD, one of the best at the market, and a VTX from Stealth. The Waze VTX maximum output from 200 milliwatts. So mostly we use 25 milliwatts, so that's enough. And that was all. Yes.
Well, there's some great prizes for our pilots to win, and well, thanks to Furious FPV and other marketing brands that make this possible. Events like this are well, thank you basically, because thanks to you we are able to make stuff like this, and we are able to grow the hobby like we are doing. So yeah, this was a great race, I think. Did you see the last heat?
No, sorry, I was busy with something else. But the whole day and the whole weekend was amazing. Good job, guys. Really good job.
Do you have a special part in the track that you like?
Yes, the over-under which you have on the last part of the track. It's amazing.
We'll take that in the next run after this heat. So enjoy the heat and have fun.
The countdown has started for the second race. We got Nicholas, Lilo, and Andreas.
FPV. And we're up. And Nicholas having a really fast pace again. Followed by Lilo and then Andreas. Oh, they're actually pretty close, Andreas and Lilo. You can see at the feed. If you look closely, you see the other drone. It's coming around. Reverse split S. Nicholas is already...
He's gone.
He's gone. I mean, if he doesn't crash, he guts it.
Here we can actually see a chase going on between Lilo and Andreas.
It's like they planned it, but this is even more tight.
This is giving us some cool shots about these drones. Really cool to see.
And it depends on their qualifying time, because that actually can decide on what position they're getting. So we're looking up the qualifying times right now, because it can be pretty tight between Andreas and Lilo. So if you look, Lilo was the only one of the two actually ahead.
I think Andreas actually lost some time there. He was in the lead for a little bit, but I think he got a little sloppy somewhere, but it can still happen. He can still catch up to Lilo, I think. Although Nicholas is, I can't even see where Nicholas, he's actually really close to them from the rear.
So Andreas needs to be before Lilo in order to win. He has to get one more point again as well.
I think Lilo was a little lost there.
But they're close enough.
Yeah, Andreas actually caught it back up to Lilo. And we actually got a crash there.
By Lilo.
Lilo's trying to do the turtle. What was it again?
Turtle mode.
The
turtle flip.
Yeah, he's starting to do the turtle flip. It doesn't seem like he's successful.
This is a pretty interesting situation, because that means that Andreas got the advantage of Lilo again.
Yeah, but he's about to get lapped here by Nicholas.
And he crashed into a flag.
That goes a flag, unfortunately. That means he got lapped. Will he be able to recover though?
And that means that Nicholas is going to finish at a pace of 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
That is really good.
It's pretty good. And he has room to spare. He really does. So in the next few races, we're gonna see some tight shit.
So unfortunately, we got two crashes, Andreas and Lilo. Lilo and Andreas were really kind of fighting. Unfortunately, Lilo got a little lost on the runabout, I think.
And the funny thing is that they train together as well. I mean, they both live near Rotterdam, and they're actually using the same receiver. They couldn't do it on this race, of course, but for the rest of the race, they were sharing the receiver. And that's the funny thing, because like we had that situation with Shaggy as well, you know, team pilots, friends who have to race each other. And this is because like a lot of local people are flying here as well. But the overall level of pilots we see here is just outstanding.
Yeah, I actually like seeing the diversity of the pilots. It's basically for everyone who actually knows how to fly, of course, and likes this kind of stuff, which is something that you don't really see often. Usually it's always the top, but this time it's also people who just like to do drone races, and I think that's really a nice entry level for all kinds of pilots who just join into this race. I mean, it is an open class, so basically I think we have a few different drones available, like that the people are flying, so they're not all the same, I think.
They are not all the same. I think even that not one drone is the same between pilots, like they're all unique. But what is really spectacular, I think, is that all the pilots can actually finish the laps. Because if you look back, even 1 year, people just couldn't finish the track. People had a lot of trouble just racing. And then when you had an event, like half the field just couldn't finish. And now you see even the people who are flying the slowest, they can finish their laps.
That's really great. I really like that entry level of all the different pilots, and I think that everyone is having fun here right now. So that's, I think, also one of the most important things to have.
It depends, of course, how competitive some people are, because like if you get lapped by a guy and you want to be first, that sucks. And some people actually had that, but it's part of the game. In the end, we all had fun, and
yeah. And I think it's going to get even more competitive because we got the fastest pilots coming up and fighting each other soon, actually. So we'll see who gets through to the next round, and see what pilot has to battle what pilot. I'm really curious about who gets to race. I'm not sure. who gets to? Will it be a three-way or will it be a four-way?
I think 4 pilots will have to race. So now we've seen 3, and after we have like 4 pilots. And I think that the fastest 2 are actually going to win. But now we're going to go back to Tim because he is joined by Niklas.
Okay, so we're here with Niklas. So how did you do in the heat?
Yeah, so everything was pretty fine. I went 2 times first place. Just keep the lines, keep it tight, go easy. Was pretty okay. I overlapped 2 guys in the first and in the second heat. So now go back to the pace, go back and push, and maybe move on to the finals.
So your tactic is basically the next heat to just take it easy and then just see where it goes and then push at the end if you know that you can take some risk?
Yeah, right. So because racing, you can be fast and you can be the fastest pilot here, but it doesn't bring you into the finals when you crash. So you need to find a sweet spot. It's a small border between go full throttle and keep it safe. So for me, I found my sweet spot. Don't push too hard. And when I need to push, I can also push here on the track. I showed it earlier today.
So you're an experienced pilot. When you look at other competitions like the R1, like the sticker you have on your goggles, like do you have anything to say for new pilots how to get there basically?
Yeah, so everything is about training. So keep up the training game. Go out there, build up your track and race every day. This is how I did it. And yeah, especially this year it brought me to a lot of events, especially the R1. We were on tour for 5 weeks, traveling through Europe, raced the amazing locations I ever flown.
Yeah, great. Well, awesome. I'm hoping to see more of you in the next heats, in next round. So yeah, enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay, so well, we are actually through to the first, basically the quarterfinals. So the first 8 heats we've run back-to-back double hit elimination, which basically means we are left with the best 16 pilots now. The best 16 pilots are going to go in heats of 4 again, back-to-back. A double heat elimination, and then we're going to see who is going to be the best of that. And we're going to end up with 8, the best 8 of those. So we're going to switch to the track because the next heat is already going to start. So enjoy and yeah.
Right now, I think we are going to set up with a 4-way race here. We're currently trying to see who are currently driving or who are flying. It seems that we have Drone D, FPV, Starlight, O-Guy, and Exit going to. Oh, I got some new stats here. Let's see. Yeah, this is indeed Drone D, FPV, Starlight, O-Guy, and Exit who have to battle each other. And I just lost my feed. So give us a moment while I go fix that.
Oké, jongens, jullie zijn bekend. We beginnen zo meteen met Groningen.
We are the announcer here is is announcing the pilots right now and getting ready from what I can see.
De jury.
I'm trying to listen to what they're saying, but it's the speaker is unfortunately too far away. There's something about the jury determining certain things.
Bij de heat daarna,
So we got on camera 1, we got Drone D FPV, camera 2, Starlight, O-Guy on 3, and last Exit. This is going to be an interesting race, especially since O-Guy managed to get his second race for going through the next round. He actually got that, and I hope he manages to finish it. And we're currently waiting until everyone is setting up right now. So I think we already got 2 races ready to go. And I think we're going to go over to Tim.
is it? So we are live, I guess, on the track right now. We actually have some pilots preparing here behind me. These pilots will be racing. This is also the start grid. This is not the timing gate. The timing gate is the drone shop gate. This is one of the split S gates. So we got Carbon V actually waving to you guys. They're actually gonna come out of the door behind me, and they're gonna go over this balcony. They're diving through it, and then they're gonna follow the LED cones, sponsored by redv.de. These guys are gonna go through this slalom with the both of the flags, then to the first gate, the drone shop gate. This drone shop gate is also lit by them. They're gonna go through the bottom, and then around the gate, through the top, and to the IDRA gate at the end right there. We have multiple gates in this part. At the end they're gonna dive to the bottom, gonna go back through, follow the cones, go to the next gate, through the bottom, fly up out again around these flags, and then they're gonna follow the banners right here. We also have the bottom gates at the end, and these gates are lit as well, like with LEDs and everything. I'm actually making it hard for Julian to follow me, so that's pretty good. All these cables, like you see, normally it's pretty hard for a track like this to be set up because of all the cables. And I think we just lost signal, so you're probably looking at something else right there. Oh, maybe there! You're seeing him, like right here. That'd be funny, right, Wim? Wim the Destroyer? Yeah, Wim the Destroyer is right up there. We were doing the broadcasting from the top, doing actually the overlay. It's actually killed it again. Maybe I should just switch to Wim, guys, because Wim, you know, is a good guy. He knows how to do this, because you're just clumsying around with the cables. But yeah, like I was saying, because of all the cables, because of all the LED lighting, we have a lot of cables down here. That's also the reason why we don't allow pilots to turtle. They can turtle once, but if they find out that they're actually entangled in something, they need to stop, because, you know, it's expensive, those cables. So yeah, one of the things I like a lot about the track is the LED cones. They go from behind there in the furthest corner of the track. We have a straight line, so they can really push the throttle. They go over here with the quadcopters and so flags, through the LED gates, and then through here into the next hall, which is actually kind of dark. So yeah, that's what we do. We also have a lot of cameras on the track, like you've probably seen. These cameras are set up on different points around the track that actually give you the image of the pilots racing by. Normally, you see in a live live stream, you see a lot of, you know, onboard visuals. But this time we thought we'd give you some visuals about the track. Actually, the drones flying by. So these babies right here, we got 8 of them. They give you the best shots that you can get on, like action shots like this roundabout, and also the up and over gates. So I'm looking at the pilots right now. I see quads ready. I don't see pilots sitting, so they're actually still setting up, which is okay. Maybe we have some gates right here I can show you. From Stichting DronEvents, we started out building our own LED gates. These are metal gates, so we actually fitted them out with some rubber tubing this time to prevent damages. These gates we can color RGB, which basically means DMX strip can do multiple colors, and this way we can also just, you know, if we would like, make them red or whatever to basically send a signal to people that they shouldn't be on the track. Right now it's green, so that means we can do whatever we want, and during the race they're also green, so that's cool. But once the race starts, we can actually start blinking them red. We from Stichting DronEvents actually set up this event to promote the sport. It's all about the sport for us. We started to promote the sport in the northern regions of the Netherlands, and well, we started out with the Open North Dutch Championships, which actually, well, took on by the pilots really well with our LED track, etc. So we decided to improve on that, and this year we also assisted with the Dutch Nationals, which are 7 rankings and a final, which is going to be held in November. The best 32 pilots of the Dutch Nationals get to go to the finals, and well, of course we're going to be there and helping them out and setting it all up. But in the process of that, we decided to, you know, bring up the level and decided to organize an International Challenges Cup. And you're looking at the result right now. We're pretty proud of it, and we hope you guys like it. And yeah, that's what we can do for now. We're gonna check out if we can see the pits right here, because we also have a lounge area. Maybe we can make a shot. I'm not sure if you guys make it, but else we have Wim maybe upstairs that can follow me. Because one of the nice things we do for the pilots, just because we like the atmosphere and we like the way that these races are, we basically build a lounge with drone shop seats where the pilots can just lounge, look at the screens where we have lifetime streaming, results streaming, because we time our track with lifetime, and those results we get to use to display to you like who's on top, etc. We also have the live stream up for the pilots so they can follow live on their seats, and then they can just watch what's happening while the pilots, not even a few meters from them, sit and race. So yeah, we basically want to bring the living room experience to the pilots. Yesterday we actually had people playing Mario Kart on one of the screens because we weren't live streaming. So yeah, that's what we do at these events, and we hope we can do it a lot more. Well, I'm not sure, but I think we have someone as well with the thing. Oh, hey, I'm not doing it right. You see? Oh, I can go back. Really nice. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the studio and we're gonna check it out. You guys are gonna plug out, and I think we're gonna have Wim show you nice overviews what we're all doing here. It's kind of hard talking when you don't have a view to watch. Oh, damn! I see something. So yeah. Well, they're actually bringing in the roundabout in the view right now, which is the double gate roundabout, like we told earlier, that we have in parking garages as well. So yeah, this is drone racing. Sometimes you have a little break because they're still preparing the next heats, calculating the points, and once they have that ready, we can go again and watch all the action. Well, you see here some cable dudes running around. So yeah.
All right, the pilots are set up right now, ready to go. I think we're actually getting rid of some cables, some extra cables that we no longer need. It's really quiet. I think the tension's running pretty high. We got Drone D FPV, Starlight, O-Guy, and Exit currently waiting to start. They're all in the starting lines. We got 15 seconds, so the countdown will start.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, less than 5.
Here comes the starting sound. Revving, and they're off. It's really hard to see who's in the lead, especially with 4 drones this time. We've got Drone FPV, we've got Starlight, O-Guy, and of course Exit. So I think we actually have Drone D in the first place here. Exit is having some issues there in the back, I think. Going to the straight right now. Seems his camera is a little off. I hope it doesn't actually impair his flying. O-Guy going through the corkscrew. Drone D going over the balcony, taking really tight corners. And into his first lap, into his second lap. O-Guy taking a nice loop there. He's doing pretty well right now. Drone Guy going onto his straight already. And he's really far ahead actually by the looks of it. Going through the corkscrew again. He's really going at it. O-Guy in that nice red D LED corner, going through the corkscrew right now. Really short, small loops. Taking a nice wide corner there. May lose some time on that though. Let's go see what Starlight is doing. Starlight's speed is a little messed up, but I hope he can fly. Hopefully he didn't crash because I lost feet. There he is. Going into the second red B LED lights. Oh, we got a crash on the balcony, by the looks of it, from Drone D, that is. And Starlight is also out by the looks of it. Starlight is down, and he can't fly anymore. It seems that one of his rotors is broken. But here we have Ogai still in the race, finishing it, coming over to the balcony right now. Another victory lap before setting down. Exit also settling down. The race is over. That was a good race. It was a really fast race, especially from Drone D getting their drones back. It seems that the flag has actually fallen to the ground. That may have actually caused a crash there. So they're getting their drones back. It's going to set it up for, I believe they're going to do a second race as well still. I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, I just heard that they're actually going to do a second race, just like in the previous rounds. We're going to set up for the next ones. There's a guy currently on the track. I think one of the other poles may have fallen down, one of the other flags. Yep, there is a flag fallen down. And as expected, Drone actually made a really good tight corners. And to me, it's a little unclear what the stats are, who was first and who was last. We're currently on the second lap, or the second round. They're currently setting up. I really like the way these start blocks look. We've got Ogai in place already. He's already sitting down. Takes a little bit until they are ready to start again. As last round, we could actually see that Exit was revving his rotors well enough to not actually lift off, but he did manage to get some air, so he get a good start. And Ron is getting ready to go again, putting on the glasses, the goggles, to which you can see their video feed, which luckily is better than how we see it, because otherwise you can't fly. You know, I was just asking if the pilots are ready. Here's the countdown for the 20 seconds.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
15 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, less than 5.
Here we go. Here comes the sound for the start. And they're off again. I think they're really close to each other. Going into that roundabout. Drone taking the lead again. Though followed closely by Ogai. Drone is so fast. It's insane. Exit and Ogai are really close to each other as well. Going through that corner. Last bit for Ogai. Going over the balcony underneath. Taking really tight corners. He's really getting in his element. While Drone is already back onto the straight. Having so much speed. Going into the corkscrews right now. Really tight as well. I think we just got a crash. We got a crash there from Starlight. He's trying to flip. I'm not sure if he's managing. I think he's underneath the balcony and he's back onto track again. But he will get lapped by Drone by the look of it if he's not fast enough. They're all so close to each other. This is what I like to see. It's a really nice race. Here we got Drone going through that party tent over and underneath, taking the red B LED lights, losing a bit of the speed there. That happens whenever they go underneath that. We just got a crash. We just had a crash of I think it's Drone as well as Exit. So but that is Drone and Exit. They're both out of the race. We still have Ogai and Starlight. And Starlight, I think, just Ogai just crashed. Starlight is still in the race though. Actually, Starlight is currently the only one in the race. I think he's taking it slow right now. I don't hear the rotors rev that much anymore. He's got nothing to lose at the moment.
2 minutes left.
There's 2 minutes left in the race. We get like 5 minutes until the race is over. So you can imagine how fast this is really going. Nice loops there. He's just really taking it slow. He's just cruising right now. Now into the finish. Some speed there to get that loop onto the balcony, and Starlight is done while the rest unfortunately dropped out. So that was the race. And before we go to the actually this was the first of the bracket races. We get another four for the second bracket race with Jedi, Mono, Carbon V and Puff Daddy FPV.
1 minute left.
So taking the drones back. I think some disappointed faces there, unfortunately.
45 seconds left.
But that's what happens when racing. It was a good race though. They were all really fast and really taking their corners really well. I wonder where his drone is actually. It's going to the second hall. The next pilots are getting ready to set up. There's a countdown, although there's no one actually seated. That is, I think, the countdown for the previous race actually still. So currently we're waiting for the next race. Tim will be back with you right now.
Okay, welcome back. So we saw some awesome heats back to back. We saw Dennis actually crash second round. We really actually expecting. Oh, they're coming back from the track right now. Hey, Dennis, how did you do?
Yeah, the first round was good, first place, and in the second round I took another quad because the first one had a little issue. So I flew with this one, but I had some video problems, so need to solve it before the next round.
Okay, so you think you're through to the next round?
Yes, I'm through, I think, yes. I'm in second, so...
Were there any points where you thought like, oh, I need to do this differently?
Yeah, the power loop, I need to take it a bit tighter, I think. I'm losing some time on that one, so yes, going to practice on that one.
How do you practice normally for racetracks like this?
Play on the simulator, for sure, every evening, like an hour, and then outside, so I'm setting it up and doing it over and over again, so 5 attempts constantly.
So you're still actually a pretty young pilot. You only started, well, recently. When did you start?
I started in 2016, so 2 years now. Yep.
And you just turned 18, so you already have a lot. Well, not a lot, but not a lot of experience in flying a contest. What's the best contest you've ever had up to now?
Yeah, I like this one for sure. The track is great, so yeah, the people, a lot of people, so I love it. And the Dutch Nationals, I love every ranking. It's a lot of fun, so yeah.
Yeah, so with the Dutch Nationals, you actually managed to get the maximum amount of points in 3 of the contests, which means that you are qualified for the finals, which is going to be in November. The best 32 of the Dutch Nationals will be competing there, and you're actually going to rock it, like you're number 1. So is there any way for them to beat you still?
Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of practice before that, so yeah, I want to prepare fully and yeah, give everything I have. So we will see the finals.
We'll see. Thank you for the interview. So yeah, that was Dennis, and he actually he brought it up. So now we're going to switch back to the track, and we're going to see what's going to happen next.
We are going to start with the next race. The races are currently setting up. We've got Jedi, Mono, Carbon V, and Puff Daddy FPV.
So what we've been discussing before is that the Jedi and Carbon V are actually the ones in this heat who had done some amazing lap times. I think we're gonna see some great flying because they want to push and they want to push each other, because yesterday Jedi actually had a better lap time than Carbon V, and he was really calling Carbon V out. So he was trying his best to, you know, get Carbon V all hyped up, and he accomplished that. So this is going to be a battle.
So I think the best battle here of this race will actually be, like you said, Jedi and Carbon V. But I'm also anxious to see what Mono and Puff Daddy are going to do. Puff Daddy had I think he actually had a little bit of a crash earlier in his earlier race. Yeah, he did. I hope he will be able to fight off the rest of the guy if he manages to get in first place. That's us right now. We're gonna wave at you. So this is us behind the big screens over here, so we can see everything what's going on the track.
Yeah, so basically these are like the big screens. We have a microphone in the middle. We're just chatting. Actually, I just came back from the heat. I lost, being exit, the last one. I needed to fight it, but you know, fighting Ogai and Drone Dean was a tough challenge, and I just barely didn't make it.
So here is the countdown for the next race. Race 10, Heat 1.
Now we have a countdown.
And they're off! Oh, they're so close to each other, it's insane. We got one person in the back who's hanging a little bit behind. So you can get Shuffle with the time. We got a flag crash there. Managed to recover. It's a little lost though.
And we have Carbon V in the lead, followed by Jedi. You can see that Jedi is taking it a bit slower than he can have. Carbon V just going at a really fast pace. You can see them through. But because Carbon V made a small mistake, Jedi is back up. That's it. It's not only about speed, it's about consistency, agile.
We got a crash there.
Prince Irie crashed. He's down.
We actually lost 2 pilots, I think. We have also lost Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy is gone. He puffed out. Now we have Carbon V.
We have no video feed on Jedi. I have no idea where he is. I think he's still in the race though.
Carbon V is just like rushing through again, having a lap time of 44 seconds, which is really fast.
Currently in the lead with time is Carbon V. Mano is really far behind by 1 minute and 8 seconds.
If you remember, we saw the heat between Jedi and Mano before, and now they're back again with each other, and they're going hard. So Mano has some speed in him as well. You see him going around.
Mano has a lot of speed there in the straight. A little bit too much speed there, trying to get
now
into
Carbon
the
V
corkscrew.
is like really picking up. Oh, made a small mistake, and he's back up. Carbon V on his 3rd lap. Mano still on his 2nd.
It's safe to say that Carbon V takes his lap, and unfortunately he can still crash. He's taking a little bit of a safe corner there in order to make sure that he doesn't crash.
But he's not messing about. He wants that pace and he wants to try.
Yeah, and he goes underneath the balcony and into the finish. He managed to finish it. Let's see what Mano is doing. Going into the first red B LED corner. Into the corkscrew. Oh, he hit the top part of the second loop. He's able to get back up though.
Trying to turn the mode his way back.
It doesn't
but he
seem like it.
I mean, he got 2nd place, so he knows what's up. You can just try and wreck his drone even more, or you can just, get settled.
Yeah, he won't lose anything. He won't lose any points on this. Still got 2nd place, so that's good. Right now, the pilots are getting their drones back fast.
So this was a really interesting race because, like, Jedi crashed out. But was it before or later than Puff Daddy?
I think Puff Daddy was actually first. I'm not entirely sure. Look over to my right and see that he's gone. So right now we see Carbon there checking his drone. Fixing his drone on the spot. This is, I think, yeah, this is the first part of the track, which is the lighter part. And they're getting ready to go back to the start again. I think there's some switching of props, I believe. Maybe prop got hit by that hit on the second loop of the corkscrew. I did think he was a little high, and I was wondering where he went, and then unfortunately he was still too high to get into that second part. First drone is being set up on the starting grid, on the starting block there. Checking the props, make sure that everything still works. While the others are fixing their the drones. I think we're missing one still. I'm not entirely sure where it is. The video feed is not back up yet, only from Carbon. There's Carbon. I think they might... Oh wait, there we go. We got the video feedback from Puff Daddy, who's actually still in the dark area. He's getting carried. Oh, that is not the dark. That's, I guess, the video feed that is a little dark. I hope it won't be as dark for him when he's actually looking at it, because that would definitely impair his flight. Although we do have some lights set up, especially in the gates, like even the blow-up gates sponsored by DronShop.nl. But I think it might still be too dark. It's really cool to see that we got some really cool LEDs on the rest of the other gates from Red B, like these here and these ones over here, which is really cool to see, especially when you're actually in FPV, where you're looking in first-person video feed. I think it's really cool to have something that, as a gamer, I am a gamer, so you know, to see that F-Zero kind of like track building, it's really cool to see.
And we're up on the image as well, again. Now I have the view of Jedi FPV.
I think everyone is back up on their starting blocks.
Yeah, it's, you know, the FPV part of this race, it makes it so immersive. You can't think about anything else. The moment you do, you crash.
Yeah. Now I can imagine it goes really, really fast, especially on the levels that we're on right now. Like these pilots are really fast in general. And then, you know, it's that split second that could like change everything. Like, it's like a little bit like they say in Star Wars 1, Episode 1, where I believe what's his name again? Liam Neeson's character. I forgot his name. Qui-Gon Jinn says to Anakin, "Don't think, feel." And I think that really is the case here with these drones as well. Although you're not actually in the drone itself, so it's, you know, you got to anticipate where you're going, how wide you are as well, I think. Of course, it comes with experience.
Yeah, we don't think about what our thumbs are actually doing. We just race and we feel it. And it's like being the pilot, actually being in the drone. You're only not feeling the G-forces, but anything else from it is really like, you know, really immersive feeling. Your heart started bouncing, especially the moment when you're just like really racing, and you're like in a battle between other races, and you see the pilots, and you see them flashing away, and then you're catching up. It's amazing. That's why I love this hobby so much.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. And we're going to the next race. Countdown has started. Here comes the sound.
There we go. And they're off. It seems like Carbon V is in the lead again.
Oh, we got a crash. I think it's actually a dual crash. Two drones went down, I think.
Yeah, probably due to a mid-air, which took out Mano and Puff Daddy. Now it's interesting, because we had Carbon V having 2 points and Jedi having 1, I think. And Mano having 2 points.
Oh, actually, Mano is still, I think, still up and running. He's trying to turtle flip, and can he flip it? I think he's
really
stuck.
Trying.
Yeah, he got himself stuck. Unfortunately, he won't be able to continue the race.
So Carbon V actually is in first place. Finishes first lap, 46 seconds. And now Vince really picking up the speed, because he knows he's in. Because Mano either has 1 point or 0 points, depending on who got there first. But he's lower on qualifier. So that means that in a worst scenario, Jedi gets 2 points, has a tiebreaker with Mano, but because of the qualifier times, he's through. So he knows that. So the only thing he can do is push the hell out of the train and try to keep up with Carbon V.
It seems that Carbon is actually slowly catching up to Jedi. Or I'm thinking this is the other way around, actually.
Yeah, actually, Vince is trying to, but he's too far. He's really pushing it.
Yeah, and they're currently in the second lap, or at least Carbon is in the second lap. Jedi is, I think, still needs to finish, according to our stats here.
He's doing some really tricky stuff. Jedi is. Carbon V is pretty solid, almost done with his third lap. Going into the split S. And he is done. And Jedi tried so hard.
That low battery is really making me anxious. Do the pilots actually see that?
Yeah. What we are seeing is what they see live in their goggles.
Oh, that has to be so scary to see low battery constantly pop up on your screen.
In this matter, he didn't give a single shit because like he wanted to push it really hard. And there's a difference. I mean, you can set the warning. Some people turn it off. Some people have it set at 15 volts. You usually want to go down if you're just like on a practice session, down to 15 volts because it's a 4-cell pack. So divide 15 by 4, you get 375. So that's basically a good amount of voltage, which keeps the packs healthy. But when you're racing, you want to get that lap times in, and you have to.
You have to just push it.
Yeah, you have to be prepared to sacrifice your batteries.
Yeah.
Because people go down to below 10 volts, and it's usually the voltage drop where people don't really want the batteries to be at, because like that's really unhealthy. And at some point, you can even go down that much that it will be, kind of dangerous. In the worst case, having the chance of actually breaking your battery.
Yeah. As Mano is grabbing his drone and strolling back, I think we are switching over to Tim.
Welcome back at the DronEvents Internationals. I mean, we've seen the last heat, which is amazing. We're actually interviewing pilots now that did really well. I see some double props. Oh, and I see Carbon V coming back because he already went back to charge his battery. So, are your batteries charged again?
Yes, they're charging. Getting ready for the next round.
So, how did you like this round?
Was very well. Just flew my best and got the win both times.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that you did really great. Are you getting the hang of the track even better, like since yesterday?
Yeah, for sure. The lines, especially in the corkscrew area and the power loop area, are getting way tighter and way neater.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see more of you, so good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, and we got Puff Daddy FPV coming here as well. Puff Daddy, you're still in it, so probably not anymore after this round, too bad. But
No, I got mid-air in the front of the starting gate, and the round before didn't did so well either, so I'm out.
Yeah, that's too bad, but how did you like it up to now?
Super fun. Great track, great organization, and tough field. Good pilots in here.
Yeah, there's a really good pilots. How long have you been flying FPV?
I think a year and a half, maybe 2 years now.
So you're doing really good for someone who's been flying for only like a year and a half.
Well, thank you.
You're also flying in the Dutch Nationals, I saw. Did you qualify for the top 32?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well that's great. So we'll be seeing you back in November then, and as racing in the finals in the Dutch Nationals as well.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well great.
Looking forward to it.
Good luck, and we'll see you around.
Thanks.
Okay, so I think the pilots are ready again for the next back-to-back heat, back-to-back, and have fun.
And we are back to the race. Next race is Sir Crashlot, Gerardino, and Nelis FPV and Thomas FPV.
So we have two teams, Team SQG and Team Quadcopter Senso. And of Team SQG, we have Sir Crashlot and Gerardino, and from Team KE, Nelis FPV and Thomas FPV. So, and they're quite competitive because they're both on the national level, and the top 10 consists of like almost whole SQG and whole of QE. So they're really competitive, and it's in a really fun dynamic that you see between the teams. So I'm really curious what will happen this race.
That's right. Do you think they will actually try to play as a team, or do you think they're everyone for themselves?
I am sure if that for like a situation that Sir Crashlot can give up a place to get Dino in front, he will do it. Definitely.
Alright, well, we'll see. I think they're currently sitting down on their pilot's chairs.
Yeah, they're slowly getting ready. So they're all really good pilots. The one a bit faster than the other. But I mean, they're getting there. For sure.
I wonder if Sir Crashlot will either, be true to his name, or if he is actually, going to finish both races.
We have discussed it because he should quit that name because it's not true anymore. But it's such a funny name. But I mean,
well, it may throw his adversaries off. That might be good as well. So
sometimes it really does. He's just a fun guy.
So I think I see one like hunched over right now. I think that's it's Garodino. Like everyone has like a different way of sitting down. I see some people looking up as if they're like staring at the sun. Some people look down. Do you think, flying while flying? Do you think your position, how you position yourself on the chair, does it matter to you?
It again depends on what people like. Some people, because like we have two things. We have a thumber and a pincher, and those are really two different things. But I mean, we'll discuss it after the race because we're down again, and we see Sir Crashalot. But who is first? Nelis FPV is actually first, followed closely by Garodino, Sir Crashalot, and then Thomas FPV.
They're going really, really fast.
Really
right now.
fast.
It's so hard to keep up. They're
even
all
for
going
us
really
commentators.
fast.
But by the looks of it, it looks like Nelis FPV is actually first, followed by Ghetto, Sir Crashalot, Thomas following behind. They're in the double power loop, and Nelis is still in first. Garodino, only having finished a few laps, is really pushing it. Sir Crashalot, third place. Nelis going into the split S, and the first lap time is coming in at 46 seconds, followed by 47 Garodino, 49 Sir Crashalot. So they're really close, and anything can happen. You can really feel the competition, but even between the team, I mean, Sir Crashalot wants to win off Garodino for sure.
Definitely, it looks that way. They're really neck and neck here. We got 46.749, followed by 47.781 by Garodino, and then 2 seconds behind that we got Sir Crashalot. So definitely Nelis and Garodino are neck and neck. Oh, I think we just lost Nelis there.
Oh no, he's back.
He's back. That was just a feed.
First in the split S. Oh, Nelis is getting some really serious speed in, even more. Garodino second, Sir Crashalot third, followed by Thomas FPV.
It is insane how fast these guys are going.
And Nelis has got a 42.
Nelis is taking his corners, like we said earlier. He's taking really tight corners, and when he needs to stop in order to do like a 360 or whatever, he does stop like instantly.
But still kind of smooth.
Yeah, there's something smooth to it, but also really something aggressive as he takes these corners.
And that's what you generally want. I mean, if you listen to Garodino, he says the complete opposite. He's just like push through. But for most pilots, what they want is have a smooth line and push in that same line.
Yes.
And with Drone D, really you can see that so perfectly because he just flies the same line.
Oh, we got a crash. That he might still recover though. Thomas might still recover. The other three have already finished their race. Oh no, wait. We got another crash there from Sir Crashalot.
And Thomas is about to finish his third.
Was that his crash lap or was that... It was so hard to catch up with all of these. They're going so fast.
But luckily we have a timer. So Nelis is first, Garodino second, Sir Crashalot third, followed eventually by Thomas FPV. It was a really close battle. I mean, if you look at the times, like 3 seconds in 3 laps, that's not that much. I mean, like a second per lap.
Yeah, it's insane.
And we're talking about 44-second laps.
Yeah.
And then having the difference in a second per lap. That's like nothing. I mean, we're talking about Formula 1 practices.
Yeah. This is really this is why it comes down to the thousandths in the seconds, like in the milliseconds, because it's just so fast. It's insane. You see here the lap times was 44, and one was 43.
Yeah.
And then of course we have the milliseconds, which a little too many numbers to remember right now because it already got wiped for the next race. But it's so close. It's really close, and it may not seem like much, but in the racing, these times are crucial.
Every little detail counts, and it counts a lot.
Yeah.
And you see that, and then like what we've talked about, just the simple thing about how you take a split S. if you take it on a certain way, you will have to hang in the air and let yourself go down. It takes a lot more time than actually pushing through and having a moment where your quad is upside down and you just push through. But that is quite difficult because you're pushing down on the ground. So if you get scared of, almost crashing in the ground, people don't do it. But when they move and they have like gliding back in, still pushing, that's the fastest way they can do it.
I saw Nelis do that actually. I thought he was going to crash right underneath the balcony, but he managed to stay, just high enough to not even hit a cone there as well. So it's a great. They're really great racers. They're, now you can really see the aggressiveness of all of them come out because they're all so close to each other in terms of their skill.
And the fun thing is that last qualifier we had with the Dutch nationals, we actually had a legit power loop people had to do, and then some people just took it like a proper power loop as you have in a roller coaster, and then others just went around and did it the other way because like, I'm not doing it, I better have it safe and maybe lose a second on that part, and other people just like going for it. And especially Drone D was just taking it so close, so gnarly. It was amazing just to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're currently checking the stats right now.
Yeah, they're getting ready for their second heat.
So, sort of Crash Lot's view. Nelis. We got Ghetto Dino. And last Thomas. It's good to see that they actually didn't crash into each other right at the start. It was so close. Like they all had a really good start. But these are really skilled pilots. They managed to somehow, it's probably also because of their own different racing lines that they managed to evade each other. But it's like when you look at it from a third-person view, it looks like they're gonna hit. Like I wouldn't be able to tell whether or not I'm going to hit someone because obviously the field of view of these cameras is a little different. It's like a bird's eye view. No, sorry, the fisheye lens, and I sometimes have that issue in games to determine how wide my ship is or stuff, and with this actually being real life, you got to be careful not to hit someone else's props.
Yeah, mid-airs can happen. And they usually happen at the start, but they can happen at any time. I mean, I just got a mid-air in my and it took me out because we were trying to go into the double power loop, which is a really tight spot, as you've seen on the live stream.
Yeah.
Because like you have to line up for the door pretty well. You have to take a really tight corner to the left, and the faster you go, the harder the corner is.
Yeah, I've seen some people actually take it really wide or take it really wide but then make a tiny spin in order to make sure that they don't crash or go too wide.
Because they see that they're not lined up well.
Yeah.
So they need to be like, okay, I'm not gonna push it and risk crashing, so they just go around in order to have it lined up and maybe lose a second or two, but at least they're not crashing.
Yeah, and they can always make up for that just 2 seconds, so
they'll just push on other levels.
So we're currently waiting for the drivers or the pilots to get back to their seats. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing right now. I think they're just taking a little bit of a break because the drones are in place. Unless they might be checking the video feed strength because they have some sort of device that they use right now. Of course, they have to make sure that they're all in different frequencies, so it doesn't actually interfere with each other.
Yeah, that's the only bit of information we're not having, is what they're discussing right over there.
Yeah.
But by the looks of it, one of them has a problem, or they're discussing something, but they're trying to be back on track as soon as possible. Because we only have 5 more races to go actually. It's almost done.
Yeah. And we'll get a new sheet of the pilots that actually went through.
Because if we look at the semi-finals, well, it hasn't even been filled in yet. We'll just have to wait. We'll have to be patient.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see until they all manage to get through, or not, of course.
And in the image right now, you can see Team Quadcopters and Zo at the top, SQG at the bottom. I mean, look at their shirt. Oh, apart from Thomas FPV, but it gives it kind of away as well.
Yeah, it does. So the announcer is asking if the pilots are ready. I think they are.
We're gonna rush through.
So we're gonna start here again with a 20-second countdown.
But looks of it, one of the drones was not really ready and having some problems. But looking at the feeds, they're all good. We're having the countdown, less than 5.
Here is the sound for the start. And they're off again. Look at how close they really are in that view.
Really, really close. So right now we have Nelis still in first place, followed by Ghetto. Third place for Secretalot, fourth for Thomas. And it looks like Thomas had a mid-air.
It seems so. We have another mid-air. Oh no, wait.
No. There's just a hiccup on the feed.
I think that, yeah, there might have been a hiccup on the
feed. Ghetto got down. This is getting interesting.
Yeah, we've actually lost 2 racers right now. I wonder if he can do a turtle flip.
He's not even trying.
No, he's out. He's
So we have Nelis FPV having a lap time of 45 seconds. Secretalot taking it a bit slower, but he's picking up. He knows. He knows the situation.
Yeah, he needs to catch up now.
And then we have Nelis being first, and that really smooth line again. But Secretalot's coming. He is coming fast. I don't know if it's enough. We'll have to see.
He's about 10 seconds behind on the previous lap, so he has a lot to catch up. I think he's actually tightening his corners as well right now.
Yeah, Nelis again at the split S, finishing his second round. Secretalot at the double power loop, so he's behind a bit. Nelis still back again on the double circle. Split S. You can still, I mean, it's smooth.
It's really smooth. Look at him go though, he's so fast.
Then Secretalot, he's trying so hard. But it gets interesting, because I don't know what position he had.
Secretalot seems to actually gain in on Nelis. So he's doing a good job, but I don't think there's enough distance to actually close that gap.
No, because like Nelis is almost done.
Yeah.
Last 2 corners, and Nelis got it.
It might also be that Nelis has taken it a little bit slower, it seemed. But he's already at the end.
Yeah, Secretalot, you see, and the pace is off. He tried it, but you know, it doesn't matter now, so.
Yeah.
He does not want to wreck his drone at the last second.
He still needs it in the next round, so.
I don't know if he actually is.
Let's see, did he
get a bit between Ghetto Dino and Secretalot?
He actually managed to get closer though in the last round.
Yeah, we'll have to look, because I don't really know.
That's really good.
Because I know for sure that Nelis is through. What I thought was really close between Ghetto and Secretalot on the points that they got. So I have to look it up. We'll have to see.
On the stats here.
So what do you think about it so far?
I really think this is really awesome. It's getting more and more intense right now with the last few races. And we're going to the last bracket race of these. And we're Kort door de bocht, Mr. Green, Nicholas #49 and Andreas FPV, who are currently, I think, setting up right now.
Yeah, they're getting ready.
They're getting ready. I think they also need to start fairly quickly because we've lost some time.
The thing that amazes me always on a competition is that, you know, you don't think that they can go faster, and even in the finals and the semifinals, they will do it.
Yeah, I think it's mostly the push for the race.
But we're gonna hear it from the pilot, so off to Tim.
Okay, Okay, so it's coming back after this insane heat. So here we got Nelis. How did you do, man?
Oh man, it was going well. I got some fast pilots in my heat, but I kept calm and then I just overtook them and won the race twice. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I actually saw that you and Sir Crashlot were actually basically flying identical, but the pace was just a little different.
Exactly. Just keep your head calm. That really helps, really.
Great job. That was awesome. Do you have any tips for your competition?
Don't crash.
Yeah, it's a really important lesson that we learned today with the double knockout. But it's great that they're doing it. So thank you.
Thank you very much. See ya.
See ya. So we got the next pilot already. It's Sir Crashlot. Wow, that was intense.
Yeah, it was a bit intense. I agree. Yeah.
You did really consistent runs. Good round time. So what did you think about it?
Yeah, flying was this time not that big of a problem. I had video issues in the first run, very big video issues. That's why I crashed in the back. I just couldn't see anything. And on the second heat, I had 2 midders, and that's what makes this game very interesting because you just can't plan for it. All you can do is try to recover and try to fly, try to be as fast as possible. Yeah.
So what's the best way to handle when you have video issues? What do you do normally?
Well, the way you fly is you anticipate certain path, you try to follow a certain path, so you can handle a certain amount of static without seeing much, just a glimpse of areas where you should fly. But when it becomes too big, you just have to let go, because there is a chance that the video will improve. Maybe there was a quad in front of you. There is a chance that video will improve, and if you damage your gear while trying to fly through the static, you won't be able to continue. So you have to push to a certain point, not risking your gear, I guess.
Well, you did a great job, and even with the mid-airs, you still managed to keep your head cool. So congratulations on that. We'll see you back in the next round.
Hey, thank you. Thanks to you.
So yeah, that was intense. That was great. I think the pilots are getting ready for the next run, so we're going to switch back to our commentator. So.
Here we have the next race number 12, Heat 1. We got Kort door de Bocht, Mr. Green, Nicholas #49, and Andreas FPV. It's going to be interesting to see who is going to win this race, and let's see if Kort door de Bocht is really going to, cut the corners, as was said earlier. That's just his translation of his name. Mr. Green, I forgot how fast he was going, but I think he was doing really well in the last race. Nicholas as well, and the race was a bit more slower guy, was a little bit more relaxed, but he might now actually feel, the competition. So we'll see how he will do. Either way, it's going to be an interesting race. And they're currently setting up right now. I think one of the pilots was already seated. Nicholas is getting ready as well, putting on the goggles. Andreas is getting ready.
What is up, bro? I'm coming to help you out for a bit.
So we have a new racer going to help me out here with the commenting.
Yeah, man. My name is Jedi Vince Irie, and we're gonna watch some racing. Heat 12, right?
Yep.
Heat 12 with Walter Kort, Mr. Green, Nicholas, and Andreas. You lost your spot, buddy. You left.
No
Vince
problem.
Irie's in charge now.
Oh, hang on.
No.
How about a collaboration, my friend?
Of course. We're just having a bit fun.
Yeah.
Get a chair. We'll be three guys here, talking you through this race. Long day, filled with racing, big track, a lot of fun.
So, are you still in the race?
Yes, I'm still in. Right. I'm in the final 8, but next race is going to be hard.
We're actually on camera, dude.
Oh, we're in camera now?
So, it's right over there.
Is it that one?
Yeah, the one at the top over there.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's this one.
Oh,
right
it's
here.
this one, yeah. We got a new camera set up.
Nice, man. It is a nice setup. This is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing Walter Kort's video image. And we've been flying for quite some time now. We've got Mr. Green as well, team member of SQG. This guy always has a green LED. And we've got Nicholas 49. This guy actually is flying for DR1, a very big league. And we've got Andreas FPV, who's still a rookie, but he's climbing up the ladders. Here we go, guys.
There's the sound for the start. We got some revs here, and they're off. Let's see how well they will do. It's so hard to see when they're so
Yeah,
close by.
I think it's Walter Kort in first place, or maybe it's Nicholas. Yeah, it's Nicholas. He's going through the tent, and it's.
We got a crash, I believe.
By Andreas again.
Andreas, I think he went a little bit too low and hit the ground, but he managed to restore himself. We got another crash from Kort to the Bocht. But he's back up, I see.
Yeah, Walter, he's at the corkscrew right now inside the building, followed by Mr. Green in third position, and we've got Nicholas already at the bridge in the beginning of the track, and he's in first. So we've got kind of an estimate of how things are going. Andreas crashed out, so 3 pilots still in the air. First position Nicholas, second position Walter Kort.
Oh, we got a heavy crash there.
That's the third place, Mr. Green, he just crashed out. There's only 2 pilots, Mr. 1 and 2 are flying. And as I said, it's Nicholas first place, followed by Walter Kort door de Bocht.
We can actually see Mr. Green there on the previous shot there on the left.
Yeah.
On the ground.
He's
near
not
the
happy,
balcony.
he's shaking his head, he's not happy with his performance.
But look at the time difference between Nicholas and Kort door de Bocht. I mean, a 45 and a 55.
Yeah, Nicholas is really fast, and I think Walter made a few mistakes in his previous lap. I think his fast laps were also around the 45, so maybe he can catch up. But that's very difficult in drone racing.
Yeah, it seems that he's getting a little bit closer, I think.
Yeah, he is going faster now in his second lap, 46 seconds.
Because again, we have a position that Walter knows that he's through anyway, so he can just push and try his best.
Exactly. I think he might be pushing. He's at the...
Going for a corkscrew right now.
Oh, he's coming close to Nicholas.
He's really gaining in on him.
Yeah, for sure.
But will it be enough though? Because they're going into
Nah,
the...
he made a mistake at the corkscrew.
Oh.
And this is Nicholas's last lap, so he'll be done. Yeah, Nicholas is done, first position. And Walter is now finishing his lap, although we can't see him right now. Maybe did he crash? No, he's still here. We can see him on the big shot. He's going to be going over the start bridge. How do we call this? Bridge?
Balcony bridge.
Balcony bridge. Yeah, Walter in second place. Mr. Green is not happy with his performance, as I said. I think he really wants to shine in this race. But unfortunately, crashing out third is not a great position to be in. He's still got another race to go. And yeah, that could make things different. But for now, Nicholas in first position, followed by Walter Kort, followed by Mr. Green, and Andreas crashed out quite early. As I said, he's still a beginner pilot, but he's climbing the ladder to become better.
Yeah, he's doing really well for being so new to this sport.
Yeah, as well. He's doing great, and he's young as well. He's like 15, 16. He's one of the youngest pilots on the track today, and he's been having a lot of hardships with difficulties with his drones, things not working, and it's a technical sport. And if you don't have 10, 20 drones to your disposal, and you only have one quad, it needs to work correctly. So he's been struggling a bit, but that's drone racing.
I think he's doing really well, especially since he only has one drone, and he's still catching up. You know, he's still
in there.
The big dogs, basically.
Exactly.
He's doing what he can.
Exactly. So let's see if he does better this heat, not crashing out. This second race of this heat. That's pretty cool. Like normally with drone racing, we don't do this. It's just one heat, and you lose, you win, you win.
Yeah.
But today what we're doing is all heats are ran twice. That means that you get double the chances, and you get points based on what place you finish.
Yeah.
And then you have two times the chances. So maybe the first heat went bad, second one you do good.
Yeah, we definitely see that. We saw that with O guy in the beginning, that he crashed his
first one,
his drone,
but
he managed to actually win the second heat.
Exactly.
So
that takes away some stress, you know, that you have before a race, because you know, okay, if I crash out this heat, I'll still have another chance afterwards. Which
it seemed that he was really level-headed when in the second race. So.
Yeah. He went in more serious and like, okay, this is really my final shot.
Yeah.
Maybe he needed that crash on the first heat to wake him up. and be like, dude, come on, perform. So he did in his second heat, and now he's through. And to be honest, I got to race him and Drone D and Carbon V, which are all so fast. I'm kind of dreading that heat, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure we'll be fine.
No,
Hopefully
I
no
think
crash.
yeah. If there's no crashing and we all give it our best, the chances are big that Carbon V and Drone D are gonna take it. But I'm gonna give him a battle. Maybe I can overtake him. But it's hard to squeeze a first win with Drone D, Dennis.
Yeah,
he's so fast.
Yeah,
this guy.
I noticed. I saw him go through all the corners really tight, as well as Nelis.
Yeah,
he's also really fast.
Nelis. These guys are insanely fast.
Yeah, it's wicked how fast you have to react as well. Like I keep saying it. You know, when you're in the
bizarre,
first
right?
view, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see though. Like
yeah. It's so much fun to see these drones ripping at such high speeds.
Yeah.
And to think this couldn't be done a few years back. You know, this is the technology moving forward. It's 2018. We've got drones flying, cameras in them, goggles on our heads.
Yeah. Like,
watching the feed.
I saw the drones come up like as a rage, and suddenly, you know, I blink with my eyes, and suddenly we have drone races, and it's really cool to see. I saw it on YouTube. All those races, and they get like cool setups where.
I hope it becomes bigger, man, because like the same as gaming, like it's such a big industry right now. There's $1 million races going on like every month, you know, for big games, and I hope drone racing gets there as well.
I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, there's like international. It's an international sport. So I've seen some cool videos. I forgot what
the
leagues
was. Yeah, there's Drone Champions League. There's DR1. There's Drone Racing League on ESPN. So there's a lot of big leagues investing money and time and trying to make this a big thing. You know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome that it's evolving. It's a new sport that's evolving and. Great to be part of it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Especially since you were basically at the start of it.
Exactly.
How long have you been drone racing?
I've been drone racing for 3 years, so I've been there since the beginning, and that has also helped me get into big races. I've done Drone Champions League, I've done DR1, and it's just real cool having all these experiences with all these races, and I'm lucky and fortunate to be able to have done those races. And in Holland, right now, right here, the level is so high. Like if you go to a race in Italy or a race in, I don't know, Spain or wherever, the level is also high, but the level in the Netherlands is even higher. Like there's so many fast guys here, and once one guy is fast, the other guy also wants to be fast, and you put each other together.
Yeah.
And now everybody's fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some people, you know, take it easier on the previous rounds, but then now you suddenly see them. You know, really push.
And they want to win. There's some cool prizes to be won. I saw there's FC stacks by Hobby Wing. I saw there was a big wing you could win.
Yeah, a really big one I heard.
I saw Foxeer stuff. I saw T-shirt. There's a bunch of cool prizes. So I bet you the pilots want to get their hands on those prizes, and also they just want to perform good. Yeah. Because as you said, it's an international sport, and we're all on social media these days. And they all want to show off how good they're doing at a race. So all these guys are ready to rip. I think they're almost done.
I think they're all of them. But looks of it, Andres is now sitting down. He's the last one to sit down.
And funny thing is, you see Nicholas. He has like a little towel that he takes on stage with him, and he dries his hands before he starts flying. Because I have the same. Right before I start flying. Like you get kind of nervous, right? So your palms are sweaty. Yeah. So I rub them on my shorts, on my trousers, and you see he has a special blanket for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't see him.
Yeah, that's it. He's actually rubbing it right now.
Yeah. He's making good use out of it. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, we can see it here.
Yeah. Also, you know, he's wiping his face right now as well. You know?
Yeah. Multi-purpose towel.
Yeah.
And he's a good pilot. He competed in the last season of DR1, so we can see him on Eurosport in October.
Oh, that is awesome. That is really
Nicholas, cool. 49. He's a very good German pilot.
I mean, I would also get nervous. You know, if I would fly my first time, I would probably be really nervous.
Yeah, it's so nerve-wracking, and also because it comes down to that very moment. It's not like another sport like football, which lasts 90 minutes and you're on a field, you can get a feel for the game and get used to it. But this is like, no, you're waiting all day till your turn comes, and when it's your turn, it's like a minute and a half of racing, and you can only use your fingers. So it's so jittery when you get nervous.
Yeah, you have to start immediately. So.
Yep.
I think the pilots are getting ready for the next race.
Yeah. I hear the Dutch officials, they're saying 20 seconds, so we're going to start any minute now. And the previous race we had Nicholas in first place, we had Walter in second, Mr. Green and Andreas crashed out, so let's see if they will perform better this time.
I can almost feel the nerves.
Yeah.
So,
and they're all
so
tilting.
tense.
Okay, there they go.
And they're all running to make a really good start, and I think they all did.
They're all the same position right now. It's hard to see in the beginning, right?
Andreas is having some issues there, though.
Yeah, Andreas, I think he crashed out.
I think his drone might not be working properly anymore.
Maybe.
Which is unfortunate. I really wanted him to,
Yeah, to do well, you want to see the young guys perform well, always. And if I'm looking right now,
he's still trying though. He's not giving up, but that's awesome.
It's Nicholas is just ahead of Walter Kort, but Walter is so close. They're inside, going outside. He exited, going over the balcony, going over the balcony. Wow, they're so close to each other.
They're really close. Let's see what the times are.
47-47. They're neck on neck.
Yeah, they're literally they're less than 3 milliseconds.
Yeah, exactly. They're very close.
3 milliseconds.
The one who makes the mistake will fall behind. Walter just overtook Nicholas. No, it looks like we're staring at the same feed.
Yeah,
but it's not, because you can see his OSV, Walter Kort.
Yep. They're so close.
They are so close, man. What a battle.
Oh, overtake there through the corkscrew.
And who's Nicholas still first by a hair.
Yeah.
He took that.
Oh, he's back in front. This battle is amazing. This is awesome.
And if we're looking at Mr. Green now, he's a long way behind.
Oh,
so
we got a crash.
Walter Kort went down. But he still manages to stay in the air. He's still in it.
He's still in to win it, I think.
Exactly.
I think he may have felt the pressure of trying to get first place.
Nicholas is leaving him behind, so Nicholas will probably take first position if he doesn't crash out. And Mr. Green is also far behind of Walter. So if I could give any advice to these pilots, just stay in your position, except Mr. Green, of course. If he wants to make any chance of winning, he really needs to push it now.
Yes.
Because Nicholas and Walter are safe if they finish like this.
And unfortunately, Andreas has had to give up from this race.
Unfortunately, he does.
But this battle was insane.
That was insane. It looked like we were staring at the same feed.
Yeah.
I think this is Walter Kort.
Like the cameraman, he has trouble trying to catch up with these drones. It's so fast. And I'm actually happy that we're seeing the live feed from those drones.
Exactly. Because it's hard to keep up with these guys.
Yes.
I think the future of drone racing is also going to be bigger drones, just so the audience can see them better.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's going to be harder to fly, of course,
but if you want it to be a spectator sport, it needs to be easy for people, normal people, to be able to follow it.
Yeah, it's like, when you're watching Formula 1, those go over 300 kilometers an hour. But you can still follow them because they're so big.
Exactly.
But with these, like, I've never really been able to keep up with these small drones. It's that they have lights, but sometimes they're just almost invisible.
Exactly, they go so fast, it's like a blur.
Like, how fast do these drones go?
140, I think.
That's insane.
Yeah. And results are the same as the previous heat. Nicholas first, Walter Kort second, and Mr. Green third. I think we're going to head out over to Tim right now. We're going to have a little conversation with you guys.
Alright, we're going to switch over to Tim.
Okay, well, we're already back down here and the pilots are coming in. We got Nicholas here. Hey Nicholas, great job, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How did you perform?
Yeah, 2 times again first place. So first time was pretty easy, second time I was a little bit we were a little bit pushing, but I said, okay, don't push too hard, I don't want to have a major collision. So yeah, I was under my comfortable speed, so everything's easy.
Yeah, so you took it easy and you took it home basically, because we're going to the half finals and you're in it.
Yeah, definitely. It's the most important thing about drone racing is to bring it home.
So good job, and we're going to go to the next pilot, so enjoy.
Thank you.
And we got Walter coming in. Hey Walter, it was a great job, man. I think you passed to the next round.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So you definitely got enough points. How do you feel about being in the half finals?
Well, now it's getting exciting. Now we're after, we have the real competition. So yeah, this race with Nicholas, it was well, at the last lap, very exciting.
So what do you do to calm the nerves to build up to this?
Well, I sit, I put my goggles on, and I try to focus on my hands and not on all the things happening around me. We had some troubles with VTXs. I had a clear vision, so I just waited out. Yeah.
Well, thank you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so we got another pilot. Too bad you're not through to the next round. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's a shame. The concentration was the problem and was just not there. So a little mistake here and there was enough for Walter to beat me. So yeah, that's all part of the game.
Yeah, it was a good battle, but how do you feel throughout the rest of the day?
Oh yeah, it was a good day. Lots of flying, great people, great track. What more do you want?
Okay, glad you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes, see you next time.
Okay, so the next heat is starting of the half final, so we're going to switch there. Oh no, we did a test run. I thought they were starting. They weren't starting. So we're actually at the half finals right now. We're going to go over there and look at the pilots in the view. Yeah, we managed to go through the quarterfinals pretty quickly, and we're going to try to push up the speed a bit to build up to the finals. So we got the best 8 pilots left right now in half finals. These guys are going to bring it home, we hope, and well, we're going to see what they're going to do. So you can switch now to the moderators. Have fun.
So we're back. We're going to prepare for the semi-finals, and that means that the pilots have to change their video channel to the one that they're assigned to. Some actually have to change, some can be on their same channel, and they also need to load up their batteries, because like at practice sessions and at qualifiers they had a lot of time between the races to charge their batteries, but now time is getting short because some people almost have to fly back to back. So what we're seeing is that the next semi-final will have Drone D, Carbon V, O-Guy and Jedi FPV. And on the second semi-final we have Secreslot, Nelis FPV, Nicholas 49 and Kort door de bocht. What do you think about the semi-finals? What are you thinking it will be?
I think it will be quite close though. Like the previous race was already really close, so it's only gonna get better and much better. And I think, you know, with all of these racers, it's I don't know. It's I'll see what happens. It's
I think we're gonna see some fast lap times.
Yeah, fast lap times. Not only that, but also like really heated battles trying to get that first position.
Because we just saw that last race between Niklas and Kort door de bocht. I mean, people are just pushing, and some people have so much more in themselves that they can actually, you know, do and still manage to keep them away from crashing.
Yeah.
I think you will be amazed what those guys have in store, because like they're all awesome pilots, and I think every one of them has international experience, and one more than the other. I mean, we've seen people who've flown all over the world flying these heats.
Yep.
I think the level is like pretty legit.
Yeah, these guys are so fast. It's like we've got, let's see, like Nicholas, Kort door de bocht, Mr. Green and Andreas. Yeah, we just saw that one. I mean, Korte de Bocht and Nicholas were neck and neck, and I think it's gonna get even closer and closer between all these pilots. Because if we look here at the race 13, we got Drone, Carbon, Ogai, and Jedi. These guys are already really fast, and
we have the top 3 of qualifying times right in that heat. So it's going to be something.
It's going to be amazing, I hope.
And Ogai had some technical difficulties before, and now he's back in.
Yeah, he's like it's not like it never happened.
Yeah,
basically.
And that's the thing about Ogai and Dino as well, and the other pro pilots. I mean, they pick up the pace so quickly. They only need to memorize the track once, and they can just fire through.
Yeah. It seems that they're ready to go.
So we have a split screen between the 4.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
We got 15 seconds until the race starts between Drone D FPV, Carbon V, Ogai, and Jedi FPV. It's intense, man. I can feel it.
And we have the starting beeps. There we go. It looks like Carbon V is first. Ogai has some trouble. Vince is really close.
I heard a little bump there, but it didn't seem that anyone crashed.
Carbon V picking some really pace. Vince already just behind Carbon V first. Followed by Vince, Ogai.
It's insane how fast these guys are going. Oh, we got a hit onto the corkscrew on the first ring. I believe we've just lost. This is Ogai.
Yeah. No, Ogai is. Yeah, we lost Ogai. Yes, we did. So now they're really pushing through. Carbon V is at first. Oh no, Drone D actually caught up.
They're so close to each other over the party tent there.
Oh, you can really see it. See how fast they're going?
They're really going at it. Nice drift there.
Oh,
whoa, wow.
He just got up at the double power loop. That's a place to catch up.
Jedi is going ham trying to get his first place back.
But then we have Drone D.
And he did. He actually, I didn't even see it. He just overtook him. He's so tight around those corners that he managed
really are.
to
But Drone D is. This is how Drone D is like. He just.
It's like
through
he's constantly drifting. That's insane.
So we still have Drone D first, Carbon V second, Vince Irie third.
I mean, no wonder he was national champion because this is insane. Like,
yeah, he beats everyone.
Yeah, you can really tell. Like he's going so tight, and he's. Oh, we got a crash there.
Got a crash. Is he okay? Can he turtle up? Oh, this is gonna be interesting because.
Oh, what just happened? I don't think Drone even knows.
No, he got through. He got through the timer. He got through the timer. So that means
he actually did make it. It seemed like he crashed right underneath the balcony, but he managed to get through.
The question is... Oh, we just got in. That Drone D did not finish. That means that Carbon V was first and Jedi actually got second place.
It seems so, yeah. That
That's
means
amazing.
that Drone is actually now third place on this lap.
Yeah, the thing is that Drone D, even though he was faster than Jedi, he crashed before the gate. So he crashed and then tumbled into the finish gate.
I guess, yeah.
And then the lap timer still counted it at, finishing the race, but he didn't. So right now it looks like we have Carbon V, Jedi, and then Drone D, and as last place Ogai. Which can only mean one thing. Then Drone D has to pick it up.
Yeah.
He has it. He has a chance. He really does. Because looking at again at the qualifier times, Drone D was the fastest guy around, and then Carbon V is at third place, Jedi at fifth, and Ogai at seventh. So that means that Ogai has to
he has to finish his race.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely
And preferably,
does.
you need to be in first or second place, I believe.
Yeah, I think second place will do as well, because if we have Groundie 3rd points, Carbon 3rd points.
I'm currently making some notes just to see if we can catch up with all the stats here.
So if Drone D has one better place than Jedi, he wins it. So it's all about Drone D versus Jedi.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and those are, I think, the fastest of these 4 racers.
They are.
And I do hope though that O guy manages to finish the race and preferably gets that good spot, but it's going to be really, really hard because he doesn't have the points of the first race.
But Jedi has been rocking this weekend really well. I mean, they all deserve it.
Yeah.
And Carbon V is secure. There's no way that someone can throw him off.
Yeah.
Anymore.
And it's going to be about that second place now between Drone and Jedi. It's going to be insane. We're going to see how well they'll do. Currently,
there is actually a possibility that Carbon V can get out as well. I mean, if Jedi finishes first and Drone D second, will be another tiebreaker.
Yeah,
and
but it
Drone D
means
has
that
advantage.
technically Carbon should be able to just finish the race and he doesn't really have to rush, I think. He just needs to make sure that he gets at least second place, maybe, to stay.
Third. He has to finish third. Carbon V has to finish third to get through. And then it's all between Drone D and Jedi. I mean, if Drone D gets one more point, then Jedi does. It'll be a tie break, and Drone D wins.
How will a break actually work?
So tie break is that these rounds, they get awarded points, and if they finish up as a result of the back-to-back race with the same amount of points, they look back to the qualifying times.
All right.
And the one that got the fastest qualifying time is the one that goes through.
Ah, all right.
So if we look at the qualifying times, Drone D was the first, and then Carbon V, Jedi, and then O Guy.
So
in the case of a tiebreaker, Drone D has the advantage.
Either way, there's going to be a lot of pressure.
It will be, because then you can really see the dynamic that is involved in only one race.
Yeah. It's amazing to see. It's.
I mean, we're talking about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not a lot, but it looks like a lot, especially from an outsider. But if you're actually racing, I think it's so fast. I mean, I have some karting experience, and you go through a 12-minute heat so fast. So yeah, I can imagine that 3 minutes is basically nothing. It's peanuts.
These speeds are like something I could not keep up with.
So these are really going a little bit too fast for you.
Yeah, they are. And then my only possibility that I could, continue is if the rest crashes before, or
yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of situations where people actually go through because the others crashed or they just got lucky.
Yeah, I can see that, especially in Jedi and Drone, is that their speed is so high that they're basically not going straight anymore. They're constantly sideways to compensate for the speed they had in the previous corner.
You have to anticipate for the next move.
Yeah.
And I notice it, I think, more with Drone D than Jedi, but he steers at some points when you think he shouldn't be steering, but he just does it because he knows what's coming after, and he has to steer in beforehand. You have that with Formula 1, of course, as well. I mean, you have to turn before the actual turn.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it, you'll crash out because you have way too much speed.
Yeah. And you can really see his skill on the track with that the way he flies. It's a really awesome sight to see. But it's especially in the beginning. I do have to say though, it's so hard to see who's actually in first. You gotta look at all the screens; they all look alike because the speed is so close.
And they're all really close.
Yeah. And it's almost like I'm hoping for someone to crash so I can finally figure out who's at first place. Of course, I don't wish that on anyone, of course, but
it makes a life as a commentator easier.
Yeah.
Just to see like two screens, preferably next to each other.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So we got the next countdown. They're about to start. Here comes the sound for the start.
So we have the beep. And they're off.
We got a really good start there from Jedi.
Oh, Carbon V made a little mistake. This will cost him some stuff. Oh, land. Yeah, looks like Finzari crashed before the finish gate. I don't know, some problems.
I think someone got next to it. I think maybe got stuck. I'm not sure where old guy is.
There he is.
There he is, of course, but I have no idea where he landed. I think he was the one who crashed out first.
Could be Finzari as well.
He's shaking his head. Hopefully everything is still fine.
Yeah, right now they're thinking between should I change the battery. He's doing it for his teammate. Because they only flew for a few seconds. But you really want to have that first few seconds of the battery because you know the voltage is dropping down. And I don't know what you can really compare it to, but you know, just you can. I think you can almost compare it to an LED. You know, just shining really, really bright when it has a lot of voltage, and it's like slowly going down if the voltage is dropping.
Yeah.
And that represents the power that they have at the drones, because at the first, when you have almost 17 volts, if you go full throttle, you can go so much faster than when it's dropping down to 15 volts or even down to 12. I mean, it eventually, of course, stops working, but you can really feel the difference in speed between the first seconds and the rest. So people really want that punch of the first few seconds.
I definitely feel like Jedi had that punch in the previous start just now, because he was off at first.
Yeah.
Like he was gone. But we'll see what happens next with these racers. Carbon V's feed is currently being fixed, I think. Yeah, there it is.
Slowly getting back.
Are there any specific rules on when changing the batteries? Can you just do it whenever, or is
between races?
Yeah?
Yes. There's no specific rule. At some races, they actually had a battery swap, like a pit stop in between. That's actually what happened at the edition in Utrecht of IDRA. And there was a pit stop necessary. You had to do at least one pit stop with the team. It was a really interesting concept.
It brings it more down to the other races.
Yeah, you have to land in the pit lane, not crash into your buddies. They have to change the battery as quick as they can. You have a startup system of your drone, and then they have to take off again. There's so many factors that depends on how fast you're going.
We're going off right now with the next race. Here comes the sound. Let's see who's fastest.
Now we have the next race.
Carbon V seems to be the fastest just now. Really wide corner there.
Oh,
we got a crash already. And Jedi, is Jedi out?
Looks like it.
It looks like Jedi is out. And
oh no,
well, his feet is back. Really try to get back up. It seems he's
such
not.
A shame. I mean, Drone D, he could have had it. But this means only one thing. That only in the situation that Ogai comes in first and Jedi comes in third.
Seems the Carbon V is currently in first.
Ogai is coming in.
It seems that Jedi has given up. I think he had some issues maybe with his feet, with his goggles. He was looking around and looking into his goggles constantly. I think he's out for this one.
Oh, I think he has some goggles problems.
Oh, we got another crash there
by Carbon V.
But he's Oh no, it's Ogai. Ogai is trying to rev his engines again and rev his rotors.
And then we have Carbon V finishing his second lap, coming in at a 39.
Where is Drone D? I do not
Wow.
see his feed though.
I think he got like the second fastest lap of the day in a semi-final. And he shouldn't even be pushing because he's through. Land. We're gonna land. Will that mean that they get a rerun? Because Drone D, it looked like he had video problems, because if we look at the feed, he just has an image.
Yeah. It
There he
seems
is.
actually that one is stuck in a flag there. Wonder if that's Jedi or Drone.
So I think Drone D is actually calling for a rerun. And because it happened in his first lap, I think the others can kind of agree with it as well. I mean, they want to race and they just don't want to get points given to them anyway.
Yeah, I think that's, you know, another thing about this sport is that they are really, you know, they're friends as well. You know, they're not just rivals, but they're actually friends as well.
Yeah, but don't get them wrong. I mean, they are trying to win, and
Of course,
sometimes money is involved, and then shit gets serious.
Yeah.
Because at some points, you know, it is about thousands of euros, and then you can't be friends anymore. I mean, you may have drunk a beer the night before, which we actually did, but when you're in the semi-finals or the finals, you want to win. There's only one thing, you want to win. You want to get that first place.
Yeah.
And it's like the Olympics. I mean, second place is not enough for most of these guys. They're just coming for a reason.
Yeah, that's to win. I wonder what they're gonna do now, though, because I think our man Tim is already ready to go.
I'll ask. Walter, rerun?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So we. Korto de Bocht has told us there might be a rerun.
So now we're just zooming in the audience, being still focused.
All right, we're gonna go back to Tim, who has some guy with him right now.
Nelly's FPV. There we go.
Okay, so it was intense, but we had a little problem with the rerun. Someone walked through the. I think it was a cable from the cargos. Did you see what happened?
I'm not sure. I know Drone D had some problems with his video after the start immediately. I don't know if it's VTX or it's a cable or something, but we will figure it out later.
I just heard it was a cable. That some of the judges stepped on the cable and then the video went out. Why is that so important for a drone race when your video goes out? I mean, obviously you can't fly, but why is it important to do reruns?
Well, sometimes it's not really fair if someone else is playing out your video so you don't see anything anymore. So, I mean, if it's your own mistake, your own gear, then you will never get a rerun. But at this point, it's really important because it's the half finals, almost the finals. Like, it's going about prizes now, so it's important.
Yeah. So what we see with this sport is that there's a lot of technology involved, and sometimes it's hard to see like what's the problem. What do you think is the best way to manage that?
Use good gear. So we all fly immersion RC trams, TBS unifies. Use good quality gear. I think that's the important part for racing. Use the proper gear, especially for races. If you race together with a couple of pilots, you don't want to be the dick that's like giving bad video to the other guys. So, and video is your life. Like without video, you can't fly.
Well, thanks to viewers FPV, we got some crazy duckings and we got some stealth VTXs as well. We got some pilots flying them actually, and they got some good reception, so that's good to hear. But yeah, gear is very important in this game. So if someone has the edge, like better camera, like we all know, like the Foxeer Monster, I think it's the V3.
At the moment, a lot of guys flying the Foxeer Predator V3. It's a really good camera because of it can really change from dark areas to light areas in a split second. So even if you go from dark to light, you can already see into the light area. But with all the cams, you just see a white shade until you're in a new area, and then the camera can adapt. So yeah, the Foxeer Predator is a way to go camera at the moment.
So on a track like we have with LED lights and lights and when it's darker and lighter, that cam would probably give you a win.
Oh man, it gives you eyes in places you never look.
So great, thank you for answering my question.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Okay, so we're about to go back to the race, so enjoy.
Alright guys, we're back. We currently have the racers. I think they're determining what they were gonna do. I'm not entirely sure right now.
We don't have a feed and we
Yeah.
don't have a vision on the racers. I think they're getting prepared because they have to get some new batteries in.
Yeah, they have to get some new batteries in. I also just heard that we'll have a restart of the stream for Facebook. So stay tuned, stay where you are. The stream will come back. It's just we'll have to reset it because of the Facebook streaming. It doesn't go for Daily Motion, so if you're in Daily Motion as well or in Twitch, stay where you are. We're gonna be back as soon as possible once we actually do restart. Right now we are waiting for the batteries to be recharged, and as you just heard, there seemed to be someone has stepped onto the video feed of one of the drones, so one of the drone cameras. So we actually had the feed, but the racer, the pilot himself, did not have it. And
so there was a guy who was messing with the situation.
Yeah, by accident. I think what I've just heard is that a judge may have stepped onto the cable.
Sabotage live.
So since the battery is currently being charged, we're gonna actually switch to the next semi-final. And I think we're gonna restart the stream after that. So first up we have Sir Crashalot, Nelis FPV, Nicholas 49 and Kort door de Bocht.
Coming into the next semi-final.
So now, but before we go back, we're going to go back to Tim first, and then we'll get the race afterwards.
Back. We're due to the rerun, we're gonna have a quick switch on the Facebook live stream. So if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on Daily Motion, you can stay tuned and just continue watching this awesome battling during the half finals that we're in. Currently, due to the rerun, we will be rerunning this last run, and we're going to switch to the second one. So share, like, and if you're on Facebook, tune in again and come back to us.